to the long run with your the one and only piano man. Piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Roll tide, roll, say it loud. He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. Bama blood in his veins, got that crimson pride. F them trees, yeah, we said it out loud. And I love honeybees, now play it proud. We talking football, basketball, big time recruits. If they ballin' in the South, we lacing up the truth. Hood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Tougher than nails, smooth, not sorry. Roll tide, roll, it's in the soul. From Tuscaloosa to the Super Bowl, wood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie.
Well, I would certainly like to think I play better than three-stroke Charlie. Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Long Run with Piano Man. I'm your boy. You know, I don't have to introduce myself. I'm just known almost everywhere I go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Back Tuesday. You know, I don't do no preliminaries. I don't waste no time. I don't let no grass grow under my feet. I'm bringing to the kitchen right about now. It's the one, it's the only, it's my compadre, it's my battle buddy, my prayer partner, it's my dog. Forge forward only by fire. It's Mr. Boomer Sooner himself. What's up, Bishop?
What's going on?
Man,
Good morning.
Man, everything happening. What you want to happen. I'm telling you now.
Hey, he gave me a blank check.
What you want to happen. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Man, it's good to see you, Bishop. It's good to be, and let me tell you something, y'all. It's good to be synced and not viewed. You'll catch that on the way on.
Yes, I do.
It's good to be synced and not viewed. So it's good to see you, Bishop. It's good to see you, man. And I'm glad you seeing me. That's right. Because the show beats the alternative. And it beats the alternative. Being honest with you, it beats the alternative. But
it beats the alternative. And believe it or not, the family's under under attack. So we got to unite like never before and be open and honest.
Yeah, so. You got to be open and honest, man. You got to be open and honest. You was talking about under attack and we're under attack in a whole lot of different ways, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things, and I hope the chat will accept this, what I'm about to say. Bishop, have you ever seen people or been around folks that just did not want better for themselves? Just satisfied with where they are, satisfied in how they're carrying out, satisfied with just how life is going, not trying to elevate, not trying to get any better, you know. People are just supposed to give them with their hands out and this, that, and the third, and you know, and not trying to get better for themselves nor for their own surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Bishop, one of the things that the Lord laid on my heart is to tell people, be careful who you align yourself with. Be careful of that. Be very careful. I tell you all every day, I always quote Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path, right? That part about he shall direct your path just simply means he's going to show you his plan for you. He's going to show it to you. Once you've submitted to him, he has a plan for you. The catch is that when he shows you the plan, you might not understand the plan, but Bishop is like, how can I put it? It's like You will love the idea of what you see, but what he doesn't tell you is what all you're going to have to go through to get to where you are, where you're on your way to. And
Mm-hmm.
this first verse comes in, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. In
Mm-hmm.
all your ways, acknowledge him. It simply means that even though he's going to show you this plan, God is not dumb to the fact that there are other options out there. You think he don't understand that you're going to be tempted? You think he don't understand that you're going to be tested? You think he don't understand that you're going to be tried?
Mm-hmm.
You think he don't understand that they're going to be fire tests? You think he don't understand that you're not going to have to go into that phone booth? You think he don't understand that everybody and everything wants that pound of flesh? When we talk about it, we talk about it from a sports vernacular, but the thing about it is that stuff works in real life too. And God understands all of that. If you, even though you're faced with all of that, still acknowledge him. Still acknowledge him. The point that I'm making right there, when you acknowledge him, there's some things he will acknowledge to you. And that's like, pick your friends wisely. Pick your relationships wisely, regardless of what the relationship is. Pick it wisely. Go into it prayerfully. Don't just happenstancely and just willy-nilly. Bishop, there's another word you be using. I can't remember how, something you said a few days ago, how we just blindly enter into stuff and we not looking at stuff and we just go on there and we don't question anything. We just happy with the way things going. Then when something hits the wall, it's a little bit too late. You don't just dive on in.
Right. Well, I'm glad you served up this softball. Let me just say the truth of the matter is we can do all things through Christ that strengthen. Why did he put strengthen at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Because he said we go from glory to glory and faith to faith.
Mm-hmm.
And that soul wound binds and ties are in iniquity tied into the actual mustard seed of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Because understand, you get 26 chromosomes from one and 26 from another. Is that what's been set at the foundation? So understand when you come into it, we all know we have certain traumas or certain patterns of systems that have been operating. So when we come to know him as our Lord and Savior, we are set apart. But then he said, you could do all things through Christ that strengthen you, because you're going to now go from faith to faith as you go deeper, wider, and higher in him. The more he can go deeper, higher, and wider in you to pull out those doors that at first you try to keep closed and guarded. Yes, I'm meddling a little bit. Those doors, because it's time for those to be open and healed.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. We got to stop. We got to stop acting like we're perfect. We're not. Understand the. Oh, yeah. Yes, Lord, I know. Understand when he thought of us, he went into the dust. The dust is particles of the dirt. He blew into the dirt, the composite of dirt. Do you think there's some dead stuff in that dirt? Is there some decay stuff that turns into fertilizer in that dirt?
Mm-hmm.
So ask yourself, when he blew into it, did he only think of Caucasian, the blacks, the browns, the polka dot? He said all. He wanted a family.
Yeah.
He wanted a family. So when he blew in, with the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit. And you know what? He blew him himself, because his name is when we breathe. Just think about that. Yeah.
Same.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just think about that. And understand, I know y'all came to get, but it's time out. And so when we talk about fire tests can be cancer. It can be, I just had a big old fight and I misstepped and I needed to repent, and hey, I needed to be owned up, because that's part of being a human or a man. Own up to, if you missed the mark, nobody said you're perfect, but you got to do the small things. In this time and era, there's no more rug. The rug has been pulled. Now, what's your choice?
Exactly. So be careful, y'all. That's all I'm saying. That hit me this morning, Bishop. Just acknowledge him in everything. And when you acknowledge him, that's where the strength comes in. He gives you strength. You can accomplish whatever. But what he doesn't want you to do is just to settle for anything. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And understand, I said that, I didn't mean to interrupt, P, but I have to say this in the spirit. Understand, pray for clarity, because they might be dealing with their own fire test and they don't know how to articulate it to you. Mm-hmm. Are they fearful to articulate it, thinking that it might change the way you look at them? Oh boy, I'm hitting something, but you got to hear me. That's in every phase of walk. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with. Everything at the foundation is based upon fear. Mm-hmm. We need to conquer out fear.
That's it. So this week we're going to dedicate some of our broadcasts to our inner well-being. I want to make sure that your inner man is correct and aligned with the Creator, aligned with the Lord, because that's my job. And that's why I have Bishop and the others here to help us with that, because I'm concerned about your inner man, not just your football man, not just your sports knowledge, not just your business side, but your inner man, that part that drives you, because that's the part that the Lord one day will judge.
Pete, check this out, you guys. Think of this, Pete. Mm-hmm. You're Bama. I'm Oklahoma, the one new man.
Go ahead.
The one new man is in the Bible. That's what he's calling to. He's wanting those across the board that normally would not talk. It's time out. Mm-hmm. It's okay to have competition when you're in the right system, but to take it outside of the system, and now you're gonna treat it as if it's a to the death type of deal. It's time out, man. You feel me?
Gotcha.
The bottom line is look, we got another day to be in his blessed earth, but tomorrow's not promised. Just today.
So take and make the best of it. But like I said earlier, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Acknowledge him. He'll give you strength. I'm putting it all, what Bishop and I said, just to encapsulate it all. If you acknowledge him, he'll acknowledge you and strengthen you. You'll make you'll make the decisions that you know. And you're not a robot now. No.
Nope.
You're not a robot. That's not what I'm getting at. But he created you to make decisions and everything. But he also wants you to trust in him, because he sees into our tomorrow, from today. You see from what I'm saying? So where we're going, he already is. He knows what's all.
And we love you. We're saying this out of love
Saying it
because
out loud.
understand, there's a lot of generals in this chat and that are listening outside of this chat. That there are a lot of generals that are waking up and that they're frustrated. They're being fire tested, but they don't know that he's doting on us. In a fire test, you know what he's telling? He says, Satan, I'm allowed this to happen because I already know the end from the beginning. So therefore, whenever you tempt in this season, I shall bless it. For it is them saying, I could do all things through Christ that strengthen me. Oh, you got to catch it. You got to catch that. That's your blank check. Remember, I keep telling you about everything connects together. That's your blank check. But understand, you got to be willing to surrender.
That's it. So consider that your word of encouragement today, and let's all do better. Let's
That's
all
right.
do better.
And pray for me. Don't write me no ugly letter. Yeah, I was first on the altar. I was first threw my hands up. You right. Yep, I've been on the altar. Mm-hmm.
And so this morning, so transitioning into that, good morning to my good morning to my general manager, my GM. Bino is here. Good morning, Double A. Good morning, Stephen Hicks and the Voices of No Mercy. Stephen Hicks, on behalf of all of us here at the Long Run, we wish you nothing but the absolute best, as you wish nothing but the absolute worst on all our enemies. That's my dog, Bishop. That's the dude that makes it
and you
all
know
go
what, Stephen? We know that's your love. That's your
That's
love
your
language.
love, man.
And I ain't mad at you. At least you consistent. I know
At
where you
least
come from.
exactly, man. Hey, Bobby Sprinkle, good morning, and roll tide to each of you that I said double A. Roll tide to you. Double A. I'll talk to you later on today, double A. I promise you I will. Latoya, what's up with you? Roll tide to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. We got to get with it this morning. Jeff Stapleton, roll tide, my brother. Again, Stephen Hicks, Bino. Let me see. I thought I saw Miss Gwen up in here. I see William Bryant. William Bryant, we're still in prayer with you and your family.
Yep.
And may the shalom
I'm looking
of
for
our
a
Lord
praise report.
could continue to give you peace. And we're waiting on a praise report, regardless of what it is. Okay? Whatever it is.
I'm calling on it.
That's right. And let me see who else. Let me go. I don't have my mouse with me, so it's gonna kind of take me a minute. And
Make sure he gets paid though.
That's right. William Bryant, Roll Tide Roll is here. Jacory is here. Good morning, Roll Tide.
Good morning.
Yeah, absolute worst that darn Stephen, man.
Just the two of us.
Let's see what we got going here. All right, that's it. We saw Gwen. I forgot to say good morning, Miss Gwen. Happy Roll Tide to you, and happy Cinco de Mayo to all my brothers and sisters of Hispanic descent. And even if you have some Hispanic traits in you, some Hispanic blood in you, happy Cinco de Mayo to you as well. I don't discriminate. I honor everybody. And today I'm going to honor it for real because I'm going to the nearest Mexican restaurant. Yes, I am. I'm going, Bishop. And listen, I'm going over there and I'm gonna put on my best Fred Sanford impersonation. Now ask me what I'm gonna ask for.
What's you gonna ask?
I'm gonna say, hey, Negro, come here. Bring me another picture of this Shangri-La. And look here, waiter. Hold the garbage.
You wildin'. You too much.
Hold the garbage.
He broke the mold. He broke the mold with you. What you gonna do?
Happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo.
You have to watch. If you watch Fred of the Sanford and Son, there is an episode where Julio takes Fred and Lamont to this Mexican restaurant, and Fred gives that restaurant the business.
He wilding. He ain't telling it right. He wilding.
He wilding
Straight
out,
up
man.
wilding.
Fred is wilding out.
Yeah, man.
When he said, have this place been been inspected, whatever. He said, yeah. He said, why, yeah, have you ever heard of hepatitis?
If you know Fred is this, he off the wall.
Fred the crazy.
Yeah, he is. He ain't got no good sense. That's all right. He's still family.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Boy, I wait to every Cinco de Mayo day to have that episode. Don't watch that episode of Seven Son. When Fred said, he said, what's this in the bottom? He said, fruit. He said, no. He said, what does sangria mean? He said, it means blood. He said, I thought it was something. He said, it's about the color. It's only a name. He said, oh, I thought it was something you bought home from the bullfight.
You wild and P.
Oh.
Hey, that's good. Hey, that was good TV. That's good TV.
That was funny to me, man. And so one time,
I'm trying not to laugh, man.
One time, I went to a Mexican restaurant on Cinco de Mayo, and the waiter came up to me, said, "What would you like to drink?" I said, "Hey, bring me a picture of Shangri-La." She did.
She did?
Exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, snap.
And I just told her, I said, but put some garbage in mine, though. You put some garbage in mine. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
Wow.
So whenever I go, I ask for me a picture
of Shangri-La.
Shangri-La. That's what I want. Look here, waiter, put some garbage in it. That's right. Put some garbage in it. So anyway, Bishop, I sent a message. So let's get on with the getting. We're going to do something a little different on Talk Back Tuesday. Chat, you have to listen. You have to pay attention to what we are about to do. Ooh-wee. I sent a message to the Gumbo Chefs and said, get ready to build this morning. And that's all I told them.
Yep.
Get ready to build. In my quote unquote little production meetings, if you will, I give very little cues and clues as possible, because I want the Gumbo Chefs to be able to think of something like right quick. Now, last night I sort of sat up a little while thinking about this, and something didn't hit me until the last minute. And so I had to do some running off on some stuff. Thank God for a computer with a printer and this, that, and the third. And thank the Lord for a computer and an iPad and an iPhone. So I'm running this from 3 different devices, right? So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are saying goodbye to the 2025 season. And we are now facing, Bishop, the 2026 season. We are looking it in the face. We see it on the horizon. It is right there. It's right there.
Right.
As an Alabama fan, we have to say goodbye starting with the defense, we have to say goodbye to L.T. Overton, Tim Keenan III, Nakai Hill Green, Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, Damani Jackson, and Deshaun Jones. We have to say goodbye to, and I'm going to go back through them again, and I want everybody to listen to me real good. We have to say goodbye to down lineman L.T. Overton and Tim Keenan III. We have to say goodbye to our linebackers, Nakai Hill Green, Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, and we have to say goodbye to our DBs of Damani Jackson and Deshaun Jones. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, your mission is to now, I'm outrunning myself. Let's say hello to the projected starters of the defense, Bishop. The number ones, all right? I'm going to start here. At defensive end, Jamarian Lathan. At nose tackle, London Simmons. Defensive tackle, Kedrick Bingley Jones. At the Wolf, Yanzi Pierre. At the Sting, Caden Jones. At your Mike middle linebacker, QB Reese. At your left cornerback, Xavier Brown. Single safety, Bray Hubbard. Free safety, Keon Sabb. Right cornerback, Dijon Lee. And at your Husky, Red Morgan. That's your projected starters for the upcoming season, Bishop. But I want to throw some more names at you here. Here's Devin Tompkins. Now pay attention now, everybody. Devin Tompkins, Jeremiah Beeman, Edric Hill, Justin Hill, Caleb Woodson, Luke Metz, Chuck McDonald, Ivan Taylor, Dre Kirkpatrick Sr., Carmelo O'Neal, Zay Mincy, Rael Kelly, Jordan Edmonds, Jaira Edwards, Nick Sherman, Duke Johnson II, Xavier Griffin, Desmond, Human Zulu, Terrence Green, Isaiah Faja, and Fatua Henry. Y'all's job this morning is to build the defense. Build your defense. I gave you the projected starters. Let me go back over them one more time. Jamarian Latham, London Simmons, Kedrick Bingley Jones, Yanzi Pierre, Caden Jones, QB Reese, Xavier Brown, Bray Hubbard, Keon Sabb, Dijon Lee, and Red Morgan. Let's build your defense. Do you like Lathan at the defensive end, or would you want Devin Tompkins or Fatua Henry at defensive end? And remember, they are replacing, or however that you want to put that, L.T. Overton. Now, in all of these positions, there are three choices. So we're going to take one by one. And Bishop, you can tell me why not, or if you will substitute, however you would want to go. Because it's one, and I was sort of waiting on Governor to come in, because there's a particular position and there is a particular name in that position. I want to see how Governor would maneuver the position. Here is especially he and Latoya. I want to see how they would maneuver the position, because this one particular position, Bishop, that depth chart goes hard. I was looking at it, and it goes hard. I would be remiss to tell you, as I end this and let you start putting it in there, Bishop. Here we go. There are some positions there's only one replacement. I will let you know when you get to that. Okay. So, Bishop, I'm gonna let you start off first. I'm going back over this depth chart again.
Please do.
Jamarian Latham at defensive end. At nose tackle, London Simmons. This is projected now. At your defensive tackle is going to have Bingley Jones. At your Wolf is going to have Yancy Pierre. Your Sting, Caden Jones. Your I guess your Mike, it's going to be QB Reeves. Your left cornerback going to be Xavier Brown. Your single safety will be Bray Hubbard. At your free safeties, Keon Sabb. Right cornerback, Dijon Lee. And your Husky, Red Morgan. Now, do I need to go over the twos and the threes, Bishop? Or you want to just kind of want to stay there and elaborate for a minute?
Yeah, let's build the foundation first.
Okay.
Because understand, in order to stand, you have to have a strong foundation. Now, let's understand that this first line is only as good as the ones behind it. So we will stipulate when we do get to the second and third string. But here's the key, is that what you're trying to build now is a stone wall. Because first you must stop the run, and then you must get on your high horse and go after the pass.
Mm-hmm.
The front seven are built to read the triangle. The triangle is quarterback, running back, and center and guard for the interior. And then the outside are your edges. If there's a tackle anybody that shows, and the running back. And then on the other side is where the tight end is tight end, tackle, and then who shows. So, okay. Now, what I should say is front four, because we're not dealing with the linebackers yet. What I would say, first and foremost, is technique and foot placement and delivering a blow.
Okay. And so, starting with your defensive end, are you keeping Latham, or are you going Tompkins or Henry?
Here's what I like to do. I'm gonna go with at least two of them, because I'm gonna need to rotate, because understanding we're in a new season, and I want to keep the pressure up for all four quarters.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start off with Latham with the understanding is that I don't even want to call them backup. I want to call them ambassadors. I need my ambassadors, whenever injected into the field of play, to play like they're number one. That meaning whenever you get your moment, you got to shine. You cannot at any point be lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you're human, you're gonna maybe miss a step here or there, but the intent in your first step and your first blow,
Mm-hmm.
delivering a punch, has to be on point, and you have to know what type of defense you're running versus the formation, and if any football rules changes due to shifts and whatnot, you have to know what everybody has to do so that you know whenever you become you you go from contained to force because the certain person has ran away from you. So that's first and foremost.
Okay. So you starting
And
with Lathan.
Lathan, I'm starting at Lathan.
Okay. Then on your nose tackle, you've got Simmons, Beeman, and Fasha. Phasia. That's what I call,
Okay.
Simmons, Beeman, Phasia. Who you got?
Okay. Because this is the ones that that are dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I got to be smart. I'm not just choosing one.
Okay.
I need all three because I need them banging. But what I will do is I'll start off with the first one.
Okay.
Okay. And give me the names again.
You got Simmons, Beeman.
Beeman. I want Beeman to go.
Okay. And Phasia.
And faith. Because here's the key. The key is not just to get a front line, but you need to be able to be interwoven and know what pairs work together. Now it can change as it get closer to the season. Understand that these are just projections, but
Yeah.
understand you want to team up certain entities so that way when they enter into the game, they work together in unison.
I got you. Before I go further, this morning,
Governor's here.
Governor's here. Good morning, Governor.
Yeah. Morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning. I sent you all a message to say get ready to build. What we're doing is building, starting with the defense. And I'm glad that you're here. I'm gonna let Bishop hold up for a minute. And Governor has been on a particular name by the name of Ivan Taylor. And if anybody remember Ivan Taylor, used to know his dad, Ike Taylor.
Mr. Steeler.
Was a beast. But Governor, if you're building your team at single safety, who would you put? Bray Hubbard, Ivan Taylor.
Hubbard. He's got more experience. But I don't know. That's a trick question because you could play Hubbard a little bit more into like the Minka Fitzpatrick role. He could be a Minka because he down and dirty, but I also put him back there. If I want to have, you know what? Let's do that. Let's be different today. I'll put Ike Taylor back there, but Herbert's got to be he's going to be on the field somewhere though. So go ahead. I put Taylor. Go ahead.
Because here's the catch. In this projected defense that they're projecting here, they do have Bray first, but they have Ivan player number 2.
Yeah.
Which simply means he's gonna be out there regardless.
Right.
He's gonna be there regardless. But I also see your point because Governor Bishop, here's the part I was thinking about. You remember when I made the statement a few days ago, I said, in its traditional role of your they got a list of single safety here. Bray Hubbard really don't fit that bill.
Mm-mm.
He would fit more of a, would it be he's almost, would it be a Sting? He's more of a hitter, Bishop, Governor. He's more
Box
of the
safety.
kind of, sort of. Yeah. He's more of a hitter, as more of somebody that's going to straight up just be able to run with you. His strong point is hitting. His strong point is blowing up a play.
Bray has a knack to finding the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like,
So then you
go ahead, Bishop. I mean, go ahead, Governor.
He's more like a Troy Polamalu. He just finds the ball.
Yeah, he just finds the ball.
Period.
That's why I was waiting on Governor to come, because he's been high
Thank you,
on
Governor.
Ivan Taylor as a freshman.
Yeah.
From day one that he set foot on campus.
That's what's up.
He's been high on Ivan. Apparently, they're high on Ivan too, to put him right behind Bray. And you the strong number two that either Bray is going to float around and Ivan is going to be in that spot, or they're just going to, as Bishop would say, they're just going to rotate naturally. You see what I'm saying? So to me, in that particular position, Alabama is in a no-miss situation. You can't go wrong there with either Bray or Ivan.
So would it be bad to say to have these four names on the field at all times? You got Xavier, Dijon, Bray, Taylor.
Well, let me ask you this, and Governor, Bishop, you be thinking along these lines. Chat, you too, because I'm getting ready to come to you in just a second. Governor just gave four names. May I throw a fifth name in there?
Go ahead.
Dre Kirkpatrick Jr.
Okay.
Where you gonna put him though?
That's the question. Because guess what? He's a old school hitter.
Okay.
He's gonna be able to play though.
Oh yeah, he's back. He's back.
No off the field.
Okay.
No.
Now, if I understood,
he's been reinstated.
Yeah, he's been reinstated.
Yeah.
So cornerbacks are. I thought Kirkpatrick is amongst the rotation for cornerbacks. Is that correct, Governor?
Monster rotation. Yeah.
Okay. Because see, once again, I'm good for. I know the starter is going to be strong. Once again, as being an old defensive coordinator, I love to build deep and wide because I need to be able to keep the pressure on my opponent, my nameless opponent. It doesn't matter who they are. It's just a matter of making sure I keep that pressure on. So I'm going to need to have 33 starters. So when y'all start building, let's make sure we're building and let's now, really it's just 1A, B, and C. If we really thinking of it, if you're going to build it according to the blueprint.
Now, Dwight, wait a minute, I got to run back up here. I don't have my mouse with me right quick.
Oh, okay.
let me see something Dwight said.
Coach Carl, what did he say? Okay. I believe Hubbard will wreck, yeah, as linebacker. See that I think Ray Hubbard, now this is just me. Remember I don't know, I don't know your defense, but you remember when Kendall Daniels,
Oh,
um, where we have him, he can either rush or he can cover the flats or the short routes. Or the, you
uh-huh.
know, I've seen Hubbard since has played so much ball that him on run support as well as covering your flats and your intermediates is a huge plus. But you got to make sure that whoever's in the back end can rotate in with him because at times we're going to need to put them back depending on what the down and distance and what the scenarios at that current time.
I'm going to say this. Whoever, and Ken the Bama fan said, whoever Keon Sapp's replacement is will play a lot. That's Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. That's the number 2 in Keon's spot. But after that is what concerns me, Governor and Bishop. Because ask me who it is.
Who is it?
Nobody. There is no number 3. Not in this projected. Now, I know that there are other players. And there are some players, and there are some players that did not make this list. Now, today is May the 5th. Now, they will probably do another projected later on. This is just one that I found for today because like Steve Mbolo's name is not on this projected at all. And Steve is a beast on defense. He's a beast.
What does he play?
Is it nose tackle?
Okay.
DT? No, is it?
Yeah,
Is it
we need to listen. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I know how. What's the name? He likes to he learned from Venables. He likes 8 D tackles rotating because he wants to constantly keep pressure. And as long as they can hold their own and get you through 3 downs and out, he'll keep that pressure up because whenever you start pass rushing, you got to still be able to guard against the run.
And so I'm showing you that on these projections, a lot of times, sometimes they're off, sometimes they're on, but sometimes they're off. But on May the 5th is way too early. Because like Governor said on yesterday, these are just our opinions, neither right, neither wrong, just an opinion, just to provide engagement. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm also want to show you something else. When you look at this on paper, fellas, I'm going back through this again. On your DN, you got Latham. Here's your deal with Latham, Bishop, and I didn't give you this. I just want to see where you know what's what with you. And Governor knows this. Latham was injured.
So he has a lot to prove.
But you've got Tompkins, who really did his thing at A-Day. Latham was not ready to go. Beeman, on the other hand, was injured as well. And so on this one, they've got Simmons as the number 1, but Beeman as the number 2.
Yeah.
And they've got Phasia as the number 3. I'm of the persuasion that Beeman is going to come in as the number 3.
Okay.
Why? Because he had what you just said. He's got a lot to prove. He has to work his way back in there, and they've got to work their way back into playing shape, which I think that they're doing.
Right.
But Beeman and Latham, to me, are going to be part of the X Factor group.
Okay.
That's going and Governor, from how I feel, that will provide that. And what I mean by X Factor, in this particular case, they're going to come in, I believe, as game changers for
I
a
got you.
defense from that line perspective, applying that pressure, blowing up a play,
Right.
being able to contain the run. Why? They've been there before. Even though their season was cut short, they still have a knowledge of how this works. So I think that Simmons is a beast. Beeman is a beast. I believe Fazier's going to be one. Latham is definitely one. Tompkins is one. I believe Henry will be one. So I believe that what Alabama has from where I'm sitting is a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Is that you have backup. You have, especially on that line. Now, how they play, I don't know. But on paper, you've got three strongs all the way up. And then Governor tossing it to you. You're going to have some freshmen that I believe is going to make a difference too. Just like Drake Kirkpatrick did, and just like Ivan Taylor did.
You want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Okay. All that sounds great. This is my honest opinion, y'all. All that sounds great. We have great people on the defensive side. Some experience, most got more experience than others. Young guys who's willing to go out there and play. All that is not going to matter if the offense can't stay on the field.
I'm not dealing with them just yet, but I want you to hold that point because you're right. We've been saying that all along. But Governor, let me ask you this. Is this from what I read, along with the backups, because I didn't even really get off into the number threes, like hard and heavy, but your number ones and number twos. In Governor's opinion, is this a bona fide defense?
It can be. This defense could be top 5. That's it really can be top 5. The way Womack and the new, I can't remember his name. It's Simpson.
Yeah, Trent Simpson.
That would be Bishop will have more knowledge on him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he brings his knowledge over and his talents over, the way that Womack runs his schemes, because Womack plays a lot of guys, he rotates.
Yeah,
keeps them very fresh, and I think that with that mentality, that's been keeping us in games. The problem that I have is we're looking at it wrong. Don't start from your ones and your twos.
Thank you.
We need to figure out who the threes and fours are.
Forwards are.
Well, the reason I disagree with that is because if you're rotating a lot, it's not going to matter who your ones and twos are if your threes and your fours comes in and can ball just as good as they can.
But we don't know that. All we know is ones and twos. We don't know about the threes and fours.
Well,
who are your threes and your fours?
Okay, like most of your threes and your fours, fellas, are freshmen.
Right. And guess what? Freshmen, you are ambassadors. You ain't freshmen. You're ambassadors. Now, how much can you handle? It's up on them. Now, understand, if you're an ambassador, you were prerequisite for Alabama. We chose you. You chose us. Now we need you to come along and understand. I'm gonna yield to the chat because chat's gonna get my back since I don't know the players in and out, but I do know defense. I do know when you guys were at your best is when you were constantly keeping the pressure and stopping the run and making them go into the pass.
Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 freshmen, 1, 2, 3, 3 transfers.
Okay.
On your threes.
On your threes.
Now, the reason now, I guess y'all missed me when I said some of the names that are on here, and then there are some names that were at A-Day did not make this list.
Wow.
Not this one. Like I told you, like Latoya asked in the chat, what about Mbula? Mbula's not on this one as of May the 5th. This is an AI generated one.
Okay.
A projected one. All of them don't have that right about now.
Okay, Lady Latoya, get my back. What does he play? Mbula.
Mbula's a downtown. He's a D tackle.
He's a D tackle. Yeah. Well, then listen.
That's the one when I showed you the one that AK Deer.
Oh yeah. That's it.
That's him.
Okay. Well then, he wasn't even in the 3.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going by what's given me here.
I hear you.
Because when I looked at this list, Governor, I see when I looked at this list, I said the first thing I said was I looked at the defense. I did not look at the offense first.
That'd be my eyes and ears.
Because I said, where's Mbula? That's the first person. Because the way Mbula and Governor Bishop, y'all saw the play. Y'all saw it. He lit AK up. Now, yes, Keelan scored. And yes, they will say he sacrificed his body. I looked at how Mbula caused that dude to sacrifice. I looked at the way that happened. Mbula came through there like a missile, but he didn't make this list. Now, that's why I made the statement that between now, May the 5th, and by the way, Governor, I know that you have some is it Caribbean, Governor? Is it your relatives Dominican?
No, my father is Puerto Rican and black. My mother is Panamanian. She's originally from Barbados. And got Panamanian, Bayesian, black, and something else that she's got.
Right. Well, Governor, I just want to take the time out, brother, and wish you happy Cinco de Mayo, my brother.
Appreciate it. And don't forget about me. Puerto
Bishop,
Rican and black.
Yeah. I didn't know that part, Bishop. I just thought you were just straight Jewish.
Hey, it don't matter. Hey, look. Just don't call me late for dinner.
My brothers, both my brothers. Audrey Piano Man just wanted to take the time out because the governor, I was waiting on you to come. Because I knew that about you because we talked about that part and everything. But I just want to wish the both of you happy Cinco de Mayo Day. And I'm proud to know you, proud that y'all my brothers. And man, this is what it's all about with me, is to get along with everybody, regardless of the background, regardless of, listen, we may have come in here on different ships, but we in the same boat now. You know,
facts.
That's how I see it. We came over here on a different ship, but we in the same boat now. So to my two brothers, happy Cinco de Mayo Day. And man, I'm going to the nearest Mexican restaurant, and I'm going to celebrate in honor of all my brothers and sisters with Hispanic descent, background, however you want to put it. But I just want to tell both of y'all that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, bottom line is I'm part of the human race, and I'm thankful that P, you honor everybody. And so that's with love. And I'm a yield to the chat because I don't know every player by
Yeah,
heart, but I know
yeah,
defense, and I
yeah.
know that you got to have a rotation. So uh, I'm a yield to Coach Carl, Steve Hicks, and Lady Latoya as my backup.
We got you, Bishop. And Bishop, I'm going you and Governor, I'm gonna forward y'all this in just a few minutes. This
For
this
sure, for sure, for
this
sure.
this projected. I'm gonna forward it to you in just a minute and let y'all see this, okay?
All
And
right.
everything.
Don't feel
Uh
don't
go
feel bad.
ahead, Governor.
I was saying don't feel bad, Bishop. I'm in the same boat.
Nah. Yeah,
I'm
listen, man, let me just be honest. If it wasn't for this, you know what? Wait a minute, wait. Let me see something just a second.
and I
Well, I
think
want to involve the chat because they got some good feedback. So that's why I was like, I know in building and being a defensive coordinator, you have to. I cannot rely. Gone are the days where you can rely on one one shift and a few replacement that fills in. You literally, in order to make it through the gauntlet and make it into the playoffs, into the national title game, you literally have to play all 44. And they got to understand whenever they're called, you are ambassadors. You must find a way, without a shadow of a doubt, to prove us that you were worthy to be on that field.
I got a question, Bishop. It's for you
Good.
because you've coached defensive side of the
Yeah.
ball. Right?
Yeah.
So I got a question. If
Mm-hmm.
you coaching your D, let's say it's high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know your defense is better than your offense.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
How can you make your defense better knowing that you already have a better defense than the offense that you're practicing against?
That's that's one of the great equalizer. I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna keep challenging them because I'm not gonna let up. I'm gonna keep pounding them and letting them know, look, if our practices is harder than the games, then when we get to the games, we're gonna flow like water. But the bottom line is I got to prepare you for the phone booth. And that needs to be our foundation. We need to be phone booth ready.
Mhm.
So would your focus be more on the technique or the mental side? Because the question that I asked was more on some not the
Okay. I know what you're saying.
or everything, but if your defensive side of the ball that you've coached up and you know they're collectively they're better, not all of them, but collectively your defensive side is better than your offensive side. When you're going through,
Mhm.
you're going to find a team that's the offensive side is might be a little bit on the same equal level as your defense or better. How do you prepare them for that? Are you preparing them to stay mentally prepared?
Okay. And now, okay, I'm glad you asked that because this is where we add in film session. When we have as we get closer to this season, we start breaking down nameless opponents and what they do well and what they do now. Now, when we're playing against, we're in practice, we still need to go through our proper steps. We need to be able to read keys, need to understand when it's our period, defensive period, then we need to play to our standard. We don't play down to anybody. We always play to the standard we have set as a collective.
And this
And
film
in order to do that, you have to be mentally in the game. Anybody that touches the field has to be mentally prepared.
and the film study, are you doing that Monday through through Friday, or you
Oh,
just
heck yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you get at. Yes. It can't start on Thursday.
oh
It's
okay.
got to start on, in fact, Monday should be a lot of teams. I don't know all teams, but usually Monday is slated for film
Install.
session and install
Mhm.
Hmm.
and getting your, and that's when we get our, we pass out, the week's chart and what we're going to key on. So
Governor, may I say something right there?
No, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Back in my day, that's the way that it was. Monday was film study, all was basically the whole time. Now we did get out there and we did practice, whatever, but the majority of Monday, you spent looking at it from every angle that you could, every angle that was afforded you. You looked. But Bishop brought up a key word, and you did too. We were taught tendencies.
Hmm.
Tendencies.
Yeah, you got
What
to.
you've got to tendencies. I'm gonna give you a good for instance. Back in my day, on defense, the majority of the offenses that we went against, Governor, were wishbones. We went against that wishbone. We went against the wishbone offense. Now, even though it looked the same, the schemes were not the same.
Right.
There
Yeah.
was one particular key team that we played. The fullback gave it away every time which way the play was going. If the fullback lined up behind the quarterback and his left foot was his go foot, that meant that it was about to be a bone left. Right foot, it was coming to the right. But if he hunched down, that meant he was getting the ball every time, every time. But when people started catching on to that, they switched their blocking schemes up. They wasn't looking at they couldn't just rely on the fullback to give away if that because that came from film study. And so when they switched their blocking scheme up, he could put his foot behind his head if he wanted to. Right about then, you didn't know which way the play was going. And then they used the quarterback a lot. Point that I'm making is it goes back to what Bishop said, film study, film study. And you had to do this every day, every day. And if you didn't catch it on your own as an individual player, they still brought you in, sat you down, and said, that's it.
Okay. Now, you guys want to know what I really did? What I did is installment was Monday. Tuesday, what I would do is I would implement and test, assess. What I would do, down player, I want Timothy, third string, go in. We got down and distance, a third and 9. We got a formation. We got 13 formation. We got 2 ties and wide receivers and a quarterback and running back. The running back goes in motion. We're running a base. What's your rules? They have to understand. You got to know when something changes. What does it change in your rules of that defense? If
Mhm.
you're running a base,
Right.
if you're running a 3-4, 4-3, the bottom line is, what do I do? Does anything I do change? Or do I have different a deeper issue is, do I have different responsibilities?
Bishop,
Because go ahead.
let me ask another question in that. And Governor, you raise an interesting question, and I'm glad that you asked it. But I'm going to ask this, Bishop, when you were
Mhm,
talking about the base going in motion, communication
mhm, mhm,
on the field
mhm,
between the players,
mhm.
how important?
Let's say is the difference between a 3-yard loss, and a first down. Because if I didn't, let's say for instance, I put that third or fourth string in, and they really weren't up on their deal, and said for instance, I have a zone dog. Well, what in my zone dog, sometime I have my nose guard drop out so I can zone dog my ends.
Okay.
Well, if he doesn't drop and they block us up and he didn't drop back and they run a draw play and hit us when we're in a pass, everybody else has their back turned to us. What do you think happens in that instance?
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, Governor asked this question, because I'm gonna tell y'all this, and Governor and Bishop, I want both of y'all to answer this question.
Yeah.
When Governor asked the question, when you know that your defense is better than your offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Governor, how do you think Buddy Ryan handled the 85 Bears?
Mm.
Oh,
Wow.
shoot. Oh, man. Man.
You ain't lying, man.
Like, how do you answer that question? 85 Bears. Jesus.
How do you think Buddy Ryan, at that time,
Can I
the
help?
master of defense, of specialists, handled the 85 Bears, whose offense basically wasn't all that?
Can I? Hey, Governor, check this out. Didn't him and McBride fight on the sidelines because they had so much tension from going at it in practice? They didn't like each other, but because they were in that fire test together, they built each other up to where when they played other teams, it was like they were practicing.
But wait a minute. Hold up, Bishop.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Hold
Okay.
up. Ryan wasn't with the Bears when that happened.
Buddy Ryan?
Buddy Ryan was not with the Bears when that happened. He was with another team. And he was fighting, was it Tennessee? Was he with the Titans or was he with the Oilers? Whichever one it was, you got the right guy. You remember him and Dicker didn't set horses too well either. But Dicker needed him. What's that guy's name? He was
Hold on. Now, wait. Richard Dick
got into it with the offense.
Mike Singletary.
Hold up a minute.
Double check, because I could be wrong. I'm human. I'm not above reproach.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let me go through my phone.
You need your Bible. Where's your Bible?
I'm at the farm, bro. Let me see. BUDDY.
That's that deep.
Well, in the chat, what Governor? You know,
You got to do like a hurry up against that defense. You got to get them tired.
Kevin Gilbride, Buddy Ryan, Buddy Ryan. Wait a minute, Kevin Gilbride.
Yeah, Kevin Gilbride. That's what I meant, not McBride, but Kevin Gilbride.
Kevin Gilbride. He was
Buddy Ryan threw a punch on the sidelines at this thing.
Man, that was funny to me, man.
Jeez.
Buddy wasn't going, Governor. Buddy wasn't going.
But what I would tell you though, in that deal, because they practiced so hard against one another, when they got in the game, they were so tested and so ready for their moment that they were always in the phone booth and everybody else was coming in to the phone booth and they weren't ready for 60 minutes of it. That's the difference when you're built in it.
Hold on for a minute.
Okay. So what do you say, Gov?
But when it comes to what exactly?
Um, when you have the question you asked me is
Uh-huh.
that what do you do when your defense at the snapshot of when we're talking is stronger than your offense? What
Well,
would you like to see happen?
what I would like to see happen is our defense actually don't hold back because you're going to make your offense stronger. But that word film study again, if you know that your offense is lacking in certain positions, your defense that keep pounding on you should be telling you exactly what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the defense. You're playing against your offense. If you're destroying your offense on defense,
Mm-hmm.
the other teams are going to do the same damn thing, which is going to cause you to stay on the field for a very long time. So now at this point in time, now both sides need to communicate and actually help. You're helping each other. Look, man, um, if you see in this type of technique, you should look for this. If you're seeing this type of technique over here, you should look for this. The
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
offense, if the offense knows that they're better than their defense, hey, if you see this wide receiver lined up this way, and because everything is, if you pay attention, if you're really watching film, somebody's always going to give the play away.
Every time.
Somebody's going to give the play away. It's either the offensive line, it's your running back, the way he stands, the quarterback and his cadence, the wide receivers, if they're twitchy. Somebody's going to give the play. You just got
Mm-hmm.
to pick up on it. But if you can't catch it right then and there, then you just work you're going to have to rely on your techniques. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
always blow up a play up, but I'd rather you be in the play than nowhere near the play.
Right.
Facts.
And even if you don't blow the play up, at least you can hold it to a minimum.
Right.
That's what governor's getting at. And to Bishop, the reason that I asked the way that I asked, because some people don't understand my thought processes.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go on and put it on out there. Bama's defense is better than Bama's offense.
No, we knew that already.
See, but some people don't believe fat meat greasy and grits is groceries.
Well, take that
And
like this. Now,
it's
here's the
Bama.
key. You're speaking truth, but here's the key. Then I'm talking to the offensive coaches. Then you need to take onus on that and make sure you're not when they come back and be prepared.
Because the reason that I asked that question, so somebody will understand which way I'm coming from, but I don't expect most to. See, when your defense has to keep bailing your offense out, that gets frustrating.
As hell.
It gets frustrating. I don't care what y'all can tell me what you want to tell me. I see some stuff in the chat. I see it, but I guarantee you. And I asked that question about Buddy Ryan handling the 85. How did he handle that with the 85 Bears? Because the 85 Bears defense set the 85 Bears offense up every game. Every game. They set them to succeed because the Bears offense was not all that.
But check this out, though. Here's the difference. And I beg a little bit of pushback, P.
Go ahead.
The Bears' offense was incongruent with your defense because they knew they were going to run the ball and play action. Because they knew how they were built because they were fighting the best defense they would ever go about in practice.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then you know where your bread is buttered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it is the running game,
see,
hint.
So, I'm not going to let you just lead it. Say that for the folks on the front row, not the back,
If
on the front row.
the best buddy for your new quarterbacks, no matter who's starting, is a running game because it simplifies the defense and it now opens up your passing lanes.
There's nothing that you are saying that is not wrong. Because the reason why I asked that question, I tell you, there's always a method to my
I
madness.
know, I know.
Reason why I said if your defense is better than your offense, the reason why I say that is because we've seen this already. We've seen our team have a better defense than our offense. Our offenses would just be able to sustain drives to give our defense rest.
Uh-huh.
That's with the championship teams. That's with the SEC champion teams. That's just the 2016 team is a great example. Our defense was better than our offense, but our offense was able to sustain drives at times,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Gotcha.
But what Bishop just said, the running game, if you look at all the teams that Saban has coached since he came in, we've always had a running game.
Always. Say that one more time, Governor, for the folks on the front row.
When Saban got here, when did he get here? 2007.
Right.
So from 2007 to 2023, we've always had a running game. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can go back and look. We've always had a running game. And majority of those teams, we've always had a better defense than offense. Our offense just was able to sustain drives. And how we were able to sustain drives? By running the ball.
But
So,
Governor, you're leaving out a key element that you've been harping on, though, bro, and that's about the relationship and between the O line and the running backs. What's that relationship going to look like? Because you all you how do we put that up there one year? You had a DJ Fluke, you had a Barrett Jones, you had a Evan Neal, you had a solid O line that Najee, Damian Harris, TJ Yeldon. I'm just kind of abstractly calling names, but Eddie Lacy, Trent Richardson,
do y'all know?
those guys could run behind those guys and just bust it from anywhere on the field.
I don't think people really understand how lethal our running back room was. I don't think that. I know we highlight all the big names, but I don't think they really understand how elite our running back room was. Starting from Mark Ingram to Trent Richardson to Eddie Lacy to Bo Scarborough to Damian Harris. I'm just naming names. I'm just going out of order. Like people forgot at one point in time we had Alvin Kamara in the room, and he was our fourth string running back.
What was the one that got? Well, is it Tenpenny?
Tenpenny?
Yes. Wasn't he was running back too, right?
Was he? We had Upchurch. Is it Tenpenny?
Oh, wait a minute. We forgot. Wait a minute. You were talking about wait a minute. Look, what's the day?
Oh, and damn.
What was the guy when we playing against South Florida when they benched Milrow? Jace McCullum. You've had running backs, man.
Ace McCollum. Yeah, look, we forgot. Like we had. Let me say it again. We had Alvin Kamara as our fourth string running back at one point, behind Derrick Henry, bro. So you can't tell me that we don't know how to run the ball. It was been plenty of times we couldn't pass, we couldn't hit a barn, but we could run the ball. I think our biggest thing is for this season controlling the line of scrimmage and running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is going to fall into place if we can get those
Exactly.
things to work.
Sir, Governor, I hate to do this to you and Bishop, but please say that last part again.
The two things that we need to fix first is controlling the line of scrimmage and running the ball. Once we get, if we can get that, if we can establish that, everything else will fall into place, because there's no team that I can see in the college football that can line up with our receivers one-on-one.
I
don't
hear you.
happening because I just don't see it happening. And that's any other team could say that. Ohio State can definitely say that. I don't see any team lining up with our wide receivers one-on-one. But we have to run the ball. Ohio State's not good if they don't run the ball. They have a lot of wide receivers. They can honestly say, "Oh, they are wide receiver U," because they had some great wide receivers come out of that school to go to the league. They really did, or they really do. But they're not. If the wide receivers aren't effective, if they cannot run the ball, why do you think they got the running back from Ole Miss? They had to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Smith can't do nothing if the quarterback don't have time to give him the ball. So you have to establish the run. You have to 3 yards here, 2 yards here, 4 yards here, hit you over the top.
And you know what, Governor, Bishop, and I've been saying it now for, the establishment of the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball is important. The establishment of it. Who's going to own it? Who's going to own it? Who's going to own? Well, when we say that term, establish the line of scrimmage, what we mean is who's going to own the line of scrimmage? Who owns it? Does our O-line own it when we're on offense, or will our D-line own it when we're on defense? Who owns the line of scrimmage? Establishing it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And it's an attitude. It's an attitude.
It's an attitude. And I'm thinking that I'm of the firm persuasion, just go and get ready to go to the offense. What they're giving us here on this projection, and I just sent it to you. I sent it to y'all.
You did. You did. Okay. I got you.
And like I said, this thing is going to change as we get closer and closer. But as of May the 5th, that's what they're saying right about now. Which I don't, just like we said, we're just engaging in good conversation, but it leads to a deeper conversation of what we would like to see happen. Now, on that offensive side of the ball, Governor, for me, Governor, for me, Bishop, I'm going back to what I said last year. The old line. I'm going back to that. That is one of my X factors. What will the old line look like? What's the plan here?
Right.
Now, if y'all can see what I said, it's a pro spread. I got all that. I don't give a hoot if we spreading peanut butter on some bread. What will the old line look like?
And now understanding. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
How will they function? What are we doing to correct the problem in order to go over here when we get down here by your running back for Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, A.K. Deere, Trayshawn Brown, Xavier Crowell. God knows who else is back there. It won't matter who you have back there. If from tackle to tackle, from left to right, if the tackle to tackle is not solid from tackle to tackle, it's not solid, and they're not gelling, as LaToya would say, then we're going to be right back at square one. That's not talking negatively. It's not. I'm talking factual. Because this year, you've got to be able to run the football. I'm with Governor on that. Running the football. O-line. Establishing the O-line. It's got to be.
But you only can go ahead, Bishop.
No, what I was going to say is, with the understanding, this is a new year, understanding you have new pieces. So it's not negative. It's just we need to be honest and open. We don't have much time to waste. We have new components that were retrieved from the portal that are now part of the nucleus. And in order to have that type of line, you have to build inside out. And you got to build fast.
But in order for you to actually have a good line, don't you have to have the right play calling? Like, I'm just
I hear what you're saying, but we said it's a new season. And I understand, I get where you're coming from. And yes, you do. But then said person might be on the clock because the information has definitely been put out there by his own omission and by his own play calling. So now, with the honest assessment and evaluation, that individual, i.e. Grubbs, knows what is at his doorstep. And you cannot, I behoove you, coach, to not pay attention to the details and not be prepared to have your adjustments.
So my question is, so what's on the clock? The person or the legacy?
Oh, that's a boy.
Explain when you say the legacy is on the clock.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. Okay. But go ahead, Governor.
Okay, so we all know, or we all have an idea on the person, right? We'll just put that right there. Now, the legacy is what I'm talking about. Is
right.
The narrative is the SEC ain't. Excuse my French. Excuse my French, Chad. I love y'all, but I'm gonna respectfully say this: the narrative that's going on between the Alabama or the SEC right now, they basically saying that we ain't shit. That's what they're saying. That is exactly what they're saying. And strongly behold, we all have an issue with that. Because we, as the SEC party, we are football. We are the team that's supposed to be the bullies. Okay? Yeah, we might beat up each other, but when it came to like bowl season, we rooted for the SEC. Okay? Now, the legacy is what I'm talking about, or what I mentioned is everything that was built in the Bear Bryant era up till now, it's on the clock. Because keep bringing up the past to defend what's going on in today and the future. So in order for us to have our own identity, it needs to start day one. Because we don't have time to try to get a new coach to bring a identity. We don't have time for, well, this is his first time. No, we don't have time for this. We don't. They didn't give time to Bear. They didn't give time to I'm getting a brain fart with the rest of the coaches that came in before they got to Saban.
Yeah, Perkins, the Bowles, all them cats.
All of them. They didn't have no time because you got certain fans, especially within us. They say that we're too harsh or we're always speaking negative, and the word fair weather keeps coming up. Y'all forget in the 90s, with the verbiage was very different. We used to call people certain things that you can't say now. You hear where I'm going? There was certain
Mhm.
words and certain things you could say back then that you can't say now because it's offensive. So, like I'm saying, you didn't have time. You don't have time now. You damn sure didn't have time back then. So, what's on the line first? Which are you going to defend first? Your legacy or the person?
Gotcha. I'm going to answer it this way, Bishop and Governor. It remains to be seen.
Yeah, and that's what scares me.
It remains to be seen. Um,
That's what scares me.
and you know what, Governor? It should. It should, because see, we're now. Bishop said something a few weeks ago, and I think Coach Carl said it as well. We and I know Coach Sean did. Shout out to Coach Sean. We're in the arena of the unknown.
That's
From an offensive point of view, Governor,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
unknown. Defense, you can about put your finger on the pulse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the offense of it, everything, when you go back and look at it, and if y'all looking at that projective spread, that projected your projection starters there, what I just sent you, everything about this whole thing, now I'm gonna go ahead and admit, it scares me. It bothers me. It bothers me because this is the first year of me in a long time not knowing what to expect offensively.
If anybody in the chat, if anybody in the chat can, because I can't see the chat, can y'all put down anything that you see that you're excited about coming into this season for the offense? What is the one thing that you can say or you could put your hat on and be excited about for this offense?
I'm gonna let the chat do that. I've got a couple of things, but it's maybe a couple. And oh, you know what, I can say that, and I'm not being negative. Governor asked now to me. Governor asked an important question. You know what? Thank you, Governor, because I'm gonna come back and revisit that question. I'm learning about the schematics of my StreamYard and everything, brothers. And yeah, and I think what I want to do is I'm going to put that in the form of a poll. I'm going to take Governor's question and put it in the form of a poll. Put it in poll form. I might do it for this evening's show. I just may do it because we're going to continue this discussion, even this same discussion this evening about projections.
Because it's just crazy to me though, Pete. Because like, well, the offensive line, that's a question. That's a big question mark. We don't know. The quarterback room, we might have our favorites on who we want to have. Okay, I give you that. Well, they might mention a lot of running backs, but we've known that we only average 18 attempts. Oh, no, 13 attempts of rushing per game.
Per game.
So
Excuse me.
you
Exactly.
can't be excited about a running back room because you only get 13 attempts per game.
Okay. Here's your first answer right here. Here's one, Governor. Quarterback, running game, and O-lineman.
That's what excites you. The O-line excites you. Who's on your O-line? Do you know who's on your O-line? How can that excite you? That's your opinion, but it's my question. How can you say the O-line excites you and you don't even know who's on your O-line? the wide receiver room, no, the running back room, they only get 13 attempts per game. So who's running the ball? And mind you, the 13 attempts per game, most of that came from your your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say a quarterback. That's the only one I could probably agree with. And then we all know that's Kilo.
And watch this. I'm going to ask this question. Everybody's hollering Keelan. Why?
What has he shown you that's so exciting?
Exactly. What has he shown you?
Played in this type of atmosphere.
Thank you, Governor. What has he shown you? Good morning, Icebox. Roll Tide, brother. Now, Governor, allow me to say this. We are not talking from a standpoint of scorn, shame, doubt. We're asking a simple question because we're both acknowledging to you all that everything about the offense is first time, with the exception of a couple of wideouts. From tackle to tackle, quarterback, running back, there were no starters.
Isn't it like 2 people coming back from the offense?
They didn't start.
It's only one person started. Was it Ryan? And
Ryan started.
The other one is Brooks. Who
It's
else
Brooks.
is back from start to start on our offense? I can't really remember.
No. Okay, here you go. I got it pulled up right here. Starting from the tackle. That's what's in question.
Okay.
Jackson Lloyd. This is just from projected starters, Bishop and Governor.
Okay.
Jackson Lloyd, William Sanders, Racine Delgatti, Ethan Fields, and Michael Carroll.
Who are those guys? I'm sorry, no, not disrespect for you. I think I've heard their name, maybe Lloyd's name one time.
Jackson Lloyd and Michael Carroll. Those are the only 2 that played
there you go,
a little bit.
Now, Jacory, I'm not disrespecting your comment. I just had a question. I love that you put it. I appreciate you because this is a conversation that we just really need to have. When it comes to our offense, like the defense, I think Piano did a cheat because he started with the defense because that's more conversation that we can have. Because if we came out here and said, let's talk about the offense, how long is this conversation really going to go?
See,
that's my point.
Okay, hold up, Governor. Cause watch this. See, I just sent Governor and Bishop something, and they've got it. This is who they're replacing. Jackson Lloyd is replacing Caden Proctor. William Sanders, projected, is replacing Cam DeBerry. Racing Delgatti is replacing Parker Brailsford. Ethan Fields is replacing Jaden Roberts. And Michael Carroll is replacing whoever they could get to replace.
There you go. And Dwight, you're absolutely right, bro. Exactly.
See, Bishop.
We could talk about the defense till we blow in the face because we're excited to see that. We've seen.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen those guys. We've seen what their potential was, the good, bad, and the ugly. But we've seen the progression and the stuff that they did to win us games, hold us in games, do positive things, and everything like that. The great potential. The offense is my biggest issue because if the offense can't do its job, the defense and the stars that we see on that side of the ball are going to be tired before the second half starts, bro. And if they get injured, then we really up shit's creek. Not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be realistic here. If one gets to the targeting call and they can't play a first half or the second half of a big game, then what?
And see, what you're dealing with, every university is dealing with. Mm-hmm. Because understand, we now know without a shadow of a doubt, you can't just run with one line of scrimmage. You got to have people that can come in and fill in because you never know who's going to go down. And we have seen some teams that should have been in a national title hunt that when they got hit with the injury bug, it showed in their record.
Hey,
It's
Bobby.
just a fact.
Hey, did Mac come over when Jalen was there?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So I don't understand. I would say I understand the question by reading it, but I wouldn't understand your point on trying to hold Mac back. He's been there for 2 years already. Hold him
Well,
back.
well, I think it's because you remember the announcement was, Governor, he was injured.
Who was injured?
Matt in the 8-day game.
But that's he's been there for 2 years.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When it came down to A-Day, he played a couple of rounds and they said he was injured going into the game.
But
He was injured
for 2 years. He's been there for 2 years. Hold him back. How great he was.
Well then, for the sake of argument, let me ask this then. When it came down to the Natty game and they put Mac in, why didn't they put Keelan in?
Because he's a freshman.
And
he's a freshman.
And
what you mean? And
you want me to tell you what I mean? And wasn't it Keelan who said that they told him they needed him to get ready to start? Remember when I brought that piece of information to you? And remember, it was one governor who got on the horn and said, "Whoa, partner, you just getting to the game."
Right. He's a freshman. So why would I?
But wait. I'm not through with you, Governor. But you also said, who told him that?
Yeah, who did tell him that?
And that's why I'm bringing that up, as into when if he went on record and said this, then why not playing?
I'm just about to say that. And understand, the best player should play, no matter they freshman, sophomore, junior.
Okay, so now we want to see. Now you're gonna tell me to open up the door and you want me to kick it
in. Because you taught me. I'm going off of the governance.
You just
know what you said.
Players
words have meaning.
Words have meaning.
And context does matter.
It does matter.
You just saying the best player should play. And when the best player was playing, why did they not want him to play?
Do tell.
Do tell.
You see what I'm saying? If the best player was playing,
if the best, whoa, wait a minute, Governor, hold up. Who was the best player?
We all know who the best player was, because we talk about that position, right? We're talking about that.
Position. We talking about that position.
That position.
That position.
We not talking about nothing else on the field. We're talking about that one position.
Okay, so let me go.
Go ahead. Governor, take your hat off. Throw your hat up in the air, bro, and go for it.
I'm standing up right now. I don't need no coffee. I'm standing up.
Stand up.
Nick Saban went to school for psychology. Bino, I hope you're in the chat. He got a degree in psychology, right? He got a way with words. He knows.
Yes, he did.
So a certain individual got benched for a certain game. He was the best player in that position.
Oh God!
Here we go. You open up the door. I'm kicking it down. I'm an Aquarius.
You gotta kick it down if it's open. Walk on in, man.
All the way down. I'm a February Aquarius. You go low, I go to hell. So the best player in that position got benched for a certain reason, because this coach has a degree in psychology. They wanted a certain player to play that position, then got benched for a lacrosse player. They brought back the guy that they didn't want to start to come back and start. Then he won the SEC championship that year.
Yep. Against Georgia.
Against Georgia. So the best player for that position, certain people didn't want him to play. Then they brought in the guy that they wanted to play, and they looked worse or even equal to the lacrosse player. The very next year, that player that they wanted to start got that position to start. But in the back of our minds, we actually knew that the freshman that's there now was better than that player. So did the best player play? I just got to ask the question to the chat. Did the best player play that position last year? Oh.
We want to know.
Crickets. So don't tell me about holding Mac back to see how great he was. He was there for 2 years. He was there for 2 years.
You know what, though? But Governor, man, but you know what? But let me say this in Bobby's defense. What if Mac, between those particular two, let's leave out the third one for just a second and deal with just those two. What if Mac was better?
Who did I advocate for when he first got there?
Yeah, I see.
Who did I told you I'm gonna kick the door.
He's standing up. He's standing up. You better let him cook.
I don't have to let him cook. See, everything Governor's saying, we've had this conversation 100 times.
Hey, Governor, tell him. In our Discord, are you saying the same thing?
I said the same thing before I met you, Bishop. I'm saying the same thing.
That's the truth.
When I met you. I said the best person for this job when Milroe left was Mac, because everything lines up for him. I said it.
He said it about 50 times.
I mean, Mac's not the guy. He can't throw this. He can't do that. He gets under pressure. So develop him. Because the same thing that you're saying about Mac, didn't Ty do that same damn thing? He can't throw the ball down the field. He's not more athletic than this guy. He's going to be running for his life. We said all this before the season started. And what happened? Shirley Bahome, after week 4, we saw exactly what we saw when he was facing USF.
Okay, I got cut out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Coach Carl, I mean, the player did go in round 12. He sure did, because there was nobody else.
That player got an SEC championship.
I saw you.
And that player got that Super Bowl ring.
I mean, like, there was nobody else. But after Mendoza, there was okay. All right. Okay, here we go, Governor. Governor, today's your day again. Who was Coach Carl? But I'm gonna let Governor answer this too. I'm gonna ask the question, and here we go. Who was the most decorated quarterback going into the 2025 season that folks was talking to win the Heisman Trophy?
Wasn't it the LSU quarterback?
Nussmeier, and who else? They faced the.
He played for Texas. He played for the Shorthorns.
Oh yeah, Arch.
No, Klubnik.
Who?
Klubnik from Clemson.
That is right. Those two.
Right. Where was Ty? See, here's the difference, Coach. You better than this, but I have to call you on this one. Arch was promoted in the magazines. But in the media of things, it was Nussmeier and Klubnik, and it was supposed to have been Clemson and LSU in the Natty.
Yep.
What? Did I throw it in the garbage or just right here?
I'm just confused.
Let me get my other scriptures right here, Bishop.
I'm getting
See,
some.
I got my Bible, Bishop and Governor, and I got my scriptures right here.
We got you, Governor. I heard you.
Bishop, you ready for this? Oh, you're gonna like Bishop. You're gonna like this right here. Oh, buddy. Going at number 93. Number 93. 2, according to this, projection. Now, I don't know where, wait a minute, where did Nussmeier end up going? I don't forgot. But
I'm chat, help me out.
Help me out, chat. Where did Nussmeier end up going? But
He got
watch this,
drafted?
Bishop. In a projection, I'm looking at it because it came up through my printer last night. In a projection, they predicted Garrett Nussmeier number 93, and you was once a number 1 prospect.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, Coach, is that you had a weak quarterback class. I'm not trying to take anything away from nobody. I'm calling it like I see it. If Garrett Nussmeier was number 93, no wonder sometimes you get what you got.
He was hurt. He need milk.
And wait a minute. And Governor said it. Bishop said it. I said it. Where was Nussmeier when they played Alabama? In street clothes.
He's getting killed.
Because he was getting killed in street clothes. Nussmeier didn't play for the majority of the year.
Nope.
And Nussmeier was I didn't mean to cut you off right there, Governor, but Nussmeier was a projected Heisman Trophy candidate. No, this was a bad. Let me tell you something. I salute Ty. I would have come out too. They kept up with this stuff.
Hell yeah, Ty, you better go.
You better go. If Ty had waited one more year, he would have been out of luck.
They're trying to kill you. Ty, welcome to Bryce Young's world. That's what we failed to realize. The person that won the Heisman, Bryce Young, had a worse offensive line than the other two.
Just saying now.
Wow.
40 times, bro.
I'm just saying.
Man.
45 times, and maybe like 3 concussions. One definitely against Tennessee that they did not call at all. We saw that. Helmet to helmet, straight up against the Tennessee game, and they didn't call
it. It happened right there in their face.
Right there in their face.
In their face. Targeting.
Right there.
Supposed to be ejected.
And they didn't call it.
And did not call it.
But they wanted a targeting because we drove Jaden Daniels into the ground. I'm just saying.
See, that's what happens when you play for Alabama.
Everything is stacked against you. Yes. Fans in the chat, I'm not trying to be negative to your standards. But here's the thing. Don't ask to talk about Alabama football. And then when you talk about Alabama football, y'all get upset with the truth that's being spoke to your ears. Yep.
I mean, I'm with you, Governor. I mean, That's the truth of it. Nobody's talking negative. We're talking facts right here. That it's bittersweet. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. It is what it is. So all I'm asking again is, if you,
Go ahead, P. Because I had
I'm still confused about this. The best thing. So nobody has really given me an answer, Bishop and Governor, as into why do you want Keelan to start? What is the football reason?
We don't know, because we haven't seen him. I haven't seen him on the field with A-Day or practice or anything. But you can't really go off of practice all the time. You have to see what he does in the game, not mop-up duty. Actual starting the game when he might have this opportunity this year. Great, but I had a question.
Go ahead.
So, everybody has their opinions on Milroe, right?
Okay.
So let's say you had Ty starting for Milroe and Milroe transferred out. Now everybody has their guy that they wanted. They wanted Ty. Ty's that guy. Say if Milroe went to Ohio State.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ain't no fun when the rabbit have a gun.
If Milroe went to Ohio State, you still got Jeremiah Smith, you got Njigbo over there, or you got all the other wide receivers that's still there that year, and you just brought in the Ole Miss running back. Now you got Milroe on that team. I say the only feud that you might have is because the center that was there with us throwing the ball all over the damn place. He was on Ohio State too. I'm just saying, what if Ohio State got Milroe? Don't you think he'd have won the Heisman that year? Because who would stop that offense?
I'm gonna tell you, like you told me yesterday.
That's a loaded gun.
That's a loaded one there, bro. Because see, the problem with that gonna be, Governor. Not only that, would he have been a candidate for the Heisman, but his teammates would have too.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Who's stopping that offense? If Milroe,
who's stopping the offense?
Who's stopping that offense? Who? Because ain't no DBs just tackling him one-on-one. And you really not going to do that because you got Jeremiah Smith on that side. And then you had the other guy on the other side. And then you had a slot receiver. And you had a great offensive line. And you got a good defense. And you got good coaching. Who's stopping this team? Now, mind you, they already won the national championship without him. But if he'd have went to that team, who's stopping them?
Nobody.
With Julian Sayin as your backup quarterback.
Ooh. Forgot about that.
Hold it. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
You don't got to
wait a minute, Governor.
Over. You got Julian Sayin as your backup quarterback.
Wait a minute. And he left Alabama.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? They don't have to go get Howard. They got Jalen Milroe and Julian Sayin as your backup. With this offense.
In that offense there, yeah.
Who's stopping them? They're going 16-0. Period.
You had what's his name? What's the dude's name? You had Trayvon Henderson. You had
he's the running back with the Cleveland Browns now.
The one from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Watch this. Trayvon Henderson. I forgot his name. From Ole Miss. Judkins and Milroe in the same backfield. Now you tell me what's wrong with that pitch.
Who you stopping? You're not stopping this team. That's what I mean when they say they putting the name before the talent. No, we have to work with what we have. Don't get me wrong. You got to work with what you have. We can put all these narratives in there. Or I could put all these narratives. Y'all not saying it. I'm saying it.
Right.
I could put narratives. We have to work with what we have. But what I get frustrated is with, you want to get rid of somebody so bad because you want personal reasons why, knowing damn well this person was better than that person for the skill set that he brought. Because if Ty was having issues with last year's defenses, Don't you think he'd have had a worse season the year before?
I'm just saying, it's things those are things, those are questions that you have to ask yourself. And then you got Jet Damala in there. And Jet Damala is what you call, he's a classic quarterback.
He's a savant.
Drop back quarterback who can dissect the defense.
Who can dissect the defense? So who says he's not the best player in the quarterback room?
And Governor, I'm gonna take your approach to this one. Okay, someone said, Ken, the Bama fan, I think, said, we want Keelan because of his skill set. What skill set?
What did you see that he made you a skill set? You do know he was practicing against your defense, right?
Yeah, that was all calculated. Now, if you go back and watch last year when they played ULM, Coach Sean brought this to my attention, and I went back and watched it. Now, we'll say that those were freshman mistakes, and I got that. But that was a mistake. That was a particular mistake that Keelan should not have made. You go with the more, it's like in basketball, I was taught to take the high percentage shot.
Yes.
You go for the high percentage throw, not that one over the top all the time.
It's a big difference when your quarterback knows that he's not going to be hit in practice and when he is going to get hit in a game. Because that one little hit can change your home psyche of,
real quick.
I don't want to get hit no more. So now you start to second guess because you got hit. They can touch you. 8-8-8.
And it was still 6. Ken, nobody's arguing that point. But guess what? When you're not playing against a ULM, it might not be 6. I don't give a hoot if it was a 50th game. There's some knowledge of the game that you're supposed to exhibit that just goes in like drinking water. I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, but there are things that you're supposed to know, you're supposed to do that will make your coach feel better about playing you, because who's to say that maybe, I'm going to throw this out there, maybe that's not the first time he's exhibited doing that. What has Max shown me? The same thing Keelan
showed me. The same damn thing. Honestly,
same thing.
Max showed me more because he actually moved the ball against Indiana.
I'm just saying now. Think about that before you ask, because come on, Ken. Why I'm gonna go back to my question again. Why wasn't Keelan put in the national championship game? Hold up, y'all. I gotta do this. Right quick. I got to do this because you got to just make ready.
Oh my God!
I don't know who it is. What's up, Lady Latoya?
Lady Latoya, yeah.
Good morning, Piano. Salute, Bishop. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning.
Roll Tide, long run family.
Oh no, I got beef with Toya. She got 2 intros. She got a dance. Oh no! Hold on.
No, I got a question, especially for you, JB. I want all y'all to answer though, but I got a question. At the end of fall count, if Mac and Russell are still dead even, nobody has pulled away, who do you start?
Mac.
Piano?
It don't make no difference to me. I'll throw a coin in the air. Because see, either way it go, going to be new. But me, I had to go with Keelan. And
Bishop,
for one reason only.
Um,
His escapability.
Go ahead, finish your thought. Peace.
His escapability.
Okay.
His being able to escape a collapsing pocket.
Well,
That's from our defense, though. Okay, I'll be quiet.
all right, sis. Yeah, actually, out of those two, and they're even, right?
No one's pulled away yet. No one's won the locker room. No one's just head over the other. So they dead even at fall camp. Who do you start?
I mean, y'all gonna hate me for this. It then goes back to Grubb, and Grubb is gonna choose Austin Mack.
I told you, Mac.
I think so too because of the experience. Because at this point, if they're still dead even, that means that Keelan hasn't overtaken Mac. You see what I'm saying? So if they're dead even and they hadn't, because it's to me, it's Mac's job to lose because of his experience in the system, because he knows more of the offense. Now, Keelan, I believe he has grasped the offense, but if they're still dead even, that means you haven't taken the job from Mac. So with that being said, I probably would go with Mac because of the experience until Keelan is able to take the reins and say, oh, it's for sure that he has it. Because if they're dead even though I think Keelan's ceiling is higher, but I feel like if your ceiling is so much higher, why haven't you taken the job from Mac yet? Why haven't you just solidified that, hey, I got this?
Right. Now answer back now. The key is who is the OC that's making the decisions. If they're even,
Go.
who gets the final say so?
I would say I guess whoever wins the locker room, whoever the guys would want, or do you think Grub that would leave it up to the guys, or do you think he would make the decision, him and the board would make the decision?
Think of it like this: is who's the tiebreaker? Who would be the one that would break the tie? Wouldn't it be Grub?
No,
Yeah,
it should be DeBoer
It
because
should be.
the
It
board.
should be.
The head coach.
It should be the head coach.
Not the offensive coordinator.
I agree. Will he then? If y'all gonna,
no, he will not.
will he yield to Grub?
Of course.
Okay, then. So now we established that. Then, if they're neck and neck, knowing the way you guys know Grub, which way would you think he would lean?
I really think Grub want Keelan to be the starter. I really think he wants because I think he has the higher ceiling, and because, like you said, Piano Man, his escapability from the pocket. If the pocket collapses, he can get out the pocket and make things happen. Where Mac is not such an accurate thrower, but hey, we still got months to go. We hadn't even made it to fall camp yet. So who's to say Mac won't get better where he can escape the pocket? So that was just at A-Day, and plus they said he was injured. So we kind of gotta take that with a grain of salt. And we didn't see the first two scrimmages. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we can't say. And then too, and I can go back to, even though it was Eastern Illinois, I can go back to the offense didn't really look like it was clicking and moving until Mac and Keelan got in the game. Same thing with Indiana. The offense didn't really start moving until Mac got in the game. So with that being said, that's why I asked, if they're still dead even, do you take Mac experience or Keelan because he has the higher ceiling?
Two things. Somebody put in the chat. He said, and I respectfully agree. If you're still competing for a starting position with a freshman year, that's a problem.
Now, yeah, that's true.
Problem.
You put it like that, yeah. When you put it like that, being that he's been in the system, but at the same time, that same freshman or younger guy hasn't overtaken you either. He hadn't just beat you to the point where the coach said, hey, back June 5th, hey, this is going to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? So also, you got to look at it from that way too. He still hadn't outright beat him out.
So, monkey wrench, what if Grub doesn't pick either one and go straight to Jet?
Yeah. See, that's what I was
It's
leaning
gonna
That's
be.
what I
toward.
was
It's
thinking.
gonna be. It
That's
was
what I
gonna be
was
a
thinking.
bunch of
I ain't
sick
gonna lie.
Alabama
I'll
fans.
tell the
It's
truth.
gonna be a bunch. Hey, and that will boy. If Jet Tomorrow come out there first, take the first snap against Carolina, boy, Alabama fan, boy, our mouths gonna be hanging open like, what the hell just happened?
Because
But hey, but he has the capability to do it too now.
he does. Yes, he does. And we saw him in person. He is
Yes,
a pure passer.
he is. And you know that's the thing that Ryan Grubb said about Mac. Out of all of them, he is the purest passer of them all. So now, like you said, you got Jet coming in. Oh, okay, he a pretty good passer too. You see what I'm saying? But Ryan Grubb had made no wild statements this season like he did like he ain't saying nothing like, well, we have to play a game tomorrow, Mac will be the starter. He ain't said nothing like that. Because you know, he kind of gave us the indication with Ty last season. So we just kind of like, oh, I think Ty got it. But he hadn't said anything. Well, he ain't said much after he named Jackson Lord the starter. Grubbs ain't said much after that. So I think
Exactly.
he already put his foot in his mouth one time this season. So
Yeah,
But
I'm talking about heel and toenails and everything in his mouth.
not
He's
gonna
spitting
matter.
out toenails right about now.
It's not gonna matter quarterback back there if you can't run the ball.
Now,
oh,
here's what I would say is that no matter who you have behind there, um, I'm gonna go. Yeah, you run the ball, but I need an offensive line that is one that no matter if I run the ball or pass the ball, they're able to complete their assignment and
you know
hold
what
the
I'm
line.
afraid of? If I don't mean to cut you off, Bishop, but you know what I'm
No,
afraid of if Russell get the start?
uh-huh.
I'm afraid that if the running game isn't what we want it to be, they're gonna overrun him like they did Jalen Milroe and make him the sole part of it. And he
Spit your
too little for
fire.
that.
Stay right there. Spit your fire.
He too little for that right now. But I don't know because Jaden Daniels did it, but he didn't have to. He just had, he had to escape, but it wasn't because they just didn't have a running game at all. I don't want Keelan to be our sole rusher like Jalen Milroe was because the O line ain't where it's supposed to be or the running back ain't where it's supposed to be. That's my thing that I'm afraid of if Russell starts. But at the same time, if Max start and the O line and the running backs ain't up to par, it probably be worse than last season.
Who's the quarterback safety net?
A running back.
No, the tight
But
ends.
like I said, JB too. This at 8A, even with the smallest crease, the guys was hitting the hole. So, like I said, I think the running backs are better this year, even if the O line even if we got to get an O line the first 5 games to really completely gel, I think we will have enough of a running game to sustain. And when I say that, 80, 90 yards a game, and even if it's spread out between 3 backs, that'll be feasible to get us through the first 5 games. But later on in the season, we're gonna have to turn it up. We're gonna have to turn it up.
I've
Well,
seen.
Lady Latoya, I'm gonna say this, and
Go
hey,
ahead.
shout out to Bless 50 with grace and mercy. Um, and I'm with you about that loyalty and all that good stuff. But Latoya, I'm gonna say this, Lady Latoya, you're gonna have to come out fine on all cylinders because I was on another show a couple of nights ago, and Governor, I brought up something that you and I had discussed, and that's this here. Don't sleep on Kentucky.
Oh,
Don't
come on,
sleep on them. You better not sleep on them.
bro.
Don't sleep on them. I
Bro.
know it's Kentucky, this, that, and the third. I know when you think of Kentucky, you think of basketball, but Kentucky have some players up there. Point I'm making. Lady Latoya, you said fourth or fifth game. I'm saying you better get ready to come out the second ball game. The second ball game. You're going to have to come out there firing. You're going to have to come out there firing. And in the words of my late daddy, God rest, you better know your onion.
From the offense that we had from last year, right? And it just popped in my head. Maybe I could be wrong or not. But Ty's biggest weapon was who?
Josh Cuevas.
Quavers.
You go. There you go. So when Cuevas went down, you saw a completely different player, a completely different player at quarterback. Even though we was barely winning, but when Josh Cuevas went down, I said, "Well, there goes our offense." Because it seems even with the minuscule running back game that we did have, our biggest weapon really was Josh Cuevas. So the question should be now going into this season, who is going to be our quarterback safety net? So we don't need to talk about the O line. We don't need to talk about the wide receivers or the running back. We need to talk about the damn tight ends.
Is
Well,
Danny Lewis still on our team?
Say that again.
Is Danny Lewis still on our team?
I don't even know.
Because I know we ran the ball well every time he was in the game, and after that, once he got out the game, oh man, it was rough. But who
I'm
would
gonna
be our pass catching tight end?
I'm
Pritchard
gonna have to go
maybe.
look and see at the tight end room. I'm not sure if I saw his name. I'm going to go back and look, and maybe this evening we'll bring that up again because we're going to talk about this some more this evening about projected. Okay, Lewis is still there according to Dwight. He's still there.
Okay,
Starting.
good. Hopefully he'll be healthy this season.
I'm looking at Anthony's comment. Who would you guys want? Question for all you guys. Who do you guys want to be the starting running back? But realistically, who do you think is going to be the starter at running back? Uh,
Daniel Hill for both for me.
I, I guess he's the most experienced one in that room.
I,
Since we're dealing with that experience thing, it's going to be Hill.
Yeah, if we get dealing with experience, it will be Hill, AK. I really
but
don't
I
And
see.
won't be surprised if Trayshawn Brown and Crowell make a name for themselves though.
yeah,
Right.
but yeah, that now that quarter. I mean, excuse me, that running back room is going to be power packed because you got Daniel Hill. Don't forget about Kevin Riley. You got AK. You're gonna have Crowell, and you're gonna have Trayshawn Brown. You're gonna have at least five. You're gonna have five running backs who can make a difference. And A-Day, with the exception of Crowell, because he was hurt, but he should be back by June. So they're working on him now to getting better, and he should be back up the par. But I'm gonna go with Hill. I'm gonna go with Hill simply because he's been there and he has lost a significant amount of weight. But we were all sitting there, and those of us that went to A-Day, we saw this. At least I did. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know I did. Governor Bishop, he's still dancing the hole too much.
So let me ask a question. Since I'm the outsider, who would you, if it's 3rd and 9 and you have to get a score, who would you trust to sit back and catch anything that breaks through the line and press pull?
Say that one
Go
more
Well,
ahead,
the
time.
JB.
only person that showed that they willing to put their butt on the line at A-Day was AK Deer. So Kevin Riley was still struggling in pass pro at A-Day.
What
And
about Hill?
I ain't really, I didn't see him in too many passing situations.
Okay.
Well, I can't answer that question because they didn't have a day televised, so I couldn't see nothing.
I know. And look, here's what I'm saying is that as coaches, the running part, we're good. You got quality running. It's the times that when we need to be in press pull and somebody seeps through, we got to at least be able to stalemate them so we can give our quarterback time to get the pass off. There
Uh,
can't be no more corners doing a cornerback blitz and the running back acts like he's not, that's a push block is going to be suffice in the SEC. You can't do it. We got a lot of experience coming off those corners, and believe it or not, they lift weights too. So you meet fire with fire. So once again, if it's 3rd and 9 and you're on the 20-yard line going in for a touchdown and you need to score to win the game, who do you trust to be as a running back in pass pro?
Jesus.
And that also be a safety outlet once he blocks.
Jesus.
Ooh. Yeah, that's hard. That bitch. Ask me again, week 6.
Okay. And that's fair. That's fair. No, that's fair because that's a true assessment. That's all we're asking for. You got to understand you're building. You don't have to have the building already built right now. You're building.
But you know what though, Bishop? But I agree with that. But however, and on the other hand, you're starting your SEC play as early as our teams are. You better have some idea.
I agree.
That's true, man. That's true.
Now, hold on. Idea. Now, it's Cinco de Mayo. I hear you, but understand that's why we are predicting right now. Don't nobody hold it like hold it. Don't write me no ugly letter because you know good and well that you're hoping that iron sharpens iron. To be honest. And that they could actually be interchangeable. But as of right now, who do you trust to be able to get that blocked?
Well, I ain't seen enough this season yet.
As of today, to answer your question, because I hadn't had a chance to answer, as of today, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Governor?
I'm going to have to wait until September 5th.
Okay. That's
when
fair.
We're actually in that position.
And we probably going to see at least 3 of the 5 on September the 5th.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this. I want to be able to see that multiple times.
Right. Okay.
I want to be able to see that multiple times. And then I can make a prediction, especially, and by, Lady LaToya said week 6, right? I'm going to say by week 3 because you got Florida State coming to town.
So now, and the chat is probably in the same wavelength as you. Understanding when you are building and you're pulling on the same rope, right now, that's the right answer. Because understanding you still have too many questions that needs to be answered.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go back to that last comment that you put up. Not this one.
Oh, let me see which one.
I think it was about Tristan Brown.
He's he that's the name that I was going to say.
Tristan Brown?
Yeah, because he didn't have
that's who I was thinking in my mind.
And,
when I graded the running backs, he was the highest grade at A day.
But that's the thing. Is he going to will he beat someone out, or will they just say, well, Daniel has the experience? But if I'm getting on the field and I'm doing everything right, every snap I take, I feel like I've earned my way on the field, regardless if he got this, regardless if he has seniority or not. But Tristan Brown looked like the most complete back at A-Day.
Me
catching out the backfield, running, pass pro. He was the most complete back, but by him being a true freshman, we can't say because we said last year, well, AK didn't get, but he showed why he didn't get on the field when he got on the field because he wasn't ready.
Right. But now, hold right there. Now we got a different mindset. We let go of last year. This year, they're ambassadors. Once you are prerequisite, I get the freshmen, but if you start seeing the landscape, a lot of freshmen are playing. So now we as coaches, and we own up to it, we didn't do a good job of developing, but going forward, we got to develop. And if our best player is a freshman, then he has to start. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now we can rotate, but you got to do an honest assessment, and this is where we got to tell the truth.
Mhm.
I can't sugarcoat. I got to tell the truth, even if it's gonna step on some corns. If it step on their corns, then do something about it. Iron sharpen iron. We're in a fire test. I ain't got time to deal with the psychology is if you want to be in the mix, then make sure you're fire tested. Because I told you in 2026, in order to make the playoffs, you got to be forged by fire. Why did I say that? Because I knew without a shadow of a doubt, if you do not have a rotation, and it's already been proven, there will be injuries. In the Southeastern Conference, it's a dogfight. It's a pound of flesh each and every game, and you're not going to come out unscathed. So you better go ahead and develop. So guess what? If you are the starter Brown and you have Hill backing them up and they sort of back and forth, that's okay. But if Hill doesn't overtake him with the experience he have, that's on him.
Yeah.
I
That's
agree.
on him.
I agree.
I say Brown starts because he looks like he can break a tackle consistently.
And
Mm.
if that's the truth, then the truth will set you free. What you got to do as fans, you got to tell the truth. I know what you fandom wants to say, but the truth, the eye in the sky is what? Undefeated.
Mhm.
And it tells you the truth. And if you were there at A-Day, your eyes don't lie to you. You saw the truth. Now,
That's,
predicate on that and predicate it. They got a summer and a fall count to get it
Right.
together.
Mhm.
What if you had to make a decision and you were in the place of grub and our head coach said, you make the decision. Who you starting? Who you putting there to make sure we get that block?
Who wants it, man? Who's gonna have the cojones to take to make the statement that I'm that dude and
And
I'm not coming off this field? You're gonna have to carry me off.
you know who I'm going to say? AK Deer. Because he's the only one that took a shot, but he stepped in the line of fire. And is he the best one as of right now? I don't know. But I know this when he had his opportunity, he didn't shy away from it. He went straight into that phone booth, no matter if he got blown up or not, and find a way to get in the way enough to where his quarterback got the ball off.
Right. I'm not mad at him taking a shot. I applaud that. I respect that. You knew you was gonna get blown up and you took that hit for your team.
That's what we need. We need more of that. I need somebody instead of getting blown up. Yeah, we wouldn't want him to get blown up. But if he had to get blown up in order, and the game is on the line, and you're in the playoffs, will you take that block?
Of course, because look, if you think about it, if that was a national championship game, 9 seconds left in the game, and that happened, you know what they're going to say? What opened up that, not the touchdown throw from the quarterback, the person that caused that was the running back taking that hit. That 1 second gave that quarterback enough time to throw the game-winning touchdown pass. You're
And
going to highlight that block, even though he got blown the hell up. You're going to highlight it though.
here's the
Yeah.
difference, though: the little things matter.
They do.
The
Mhm.
little things matter. Why do I always understand when I get 12 games in, I can get it. But when you get to the playoffs, everybody got the same cut ups. You can't, you're not going to trick them. In fact, you have to be so dogmatic that you have a game plan that when time comes, you can implement your game plan and you understand that possession is the X factor. The time of possession is the X factor, If that's the case, then you already know I got to run the ball. And I can't run it 16 times in a ball game.
You see, that's the big question that we're not talking about. Why is it when it comes to every other position, and maybe if I'm wrong, but when it comes to every other position in Alabama, you got multiple guys getting the opportunities. Why, when it comes to the running back position, we don't know who's either going to start, get carries, or get no opportunities at all?
What I want is the running back competition to be like the quarterback competition. I want everybody to be excited about that competition because, like Bishop said, I want the competition to be like you're gonna have to play me like a Daniel Hill and a Kevin Riley. If I'm looking behind me at AK Deer and Trayshawn Brown, you can't tell me I ain't finna be out there working on my pass pro. You can't tell me I'm not finna be out there going extra in practice because what I look like letting these young guys come in here and take my spot. If they just got it and they got it great, but not because they outworked me. You feel me?
Right.
Maybe I did all I could, but they just had the natural talent to get it done. But you will never say you outworked me. So that's how I want the running backs to look at each other like all of us in here got the potential to be great, but it ain't but one ball, so who gonna get it? And everybody, I want everybody to go hard to be that one and still support whoever else that don't be number one. But I want them to be a close knit family. Just say, hey, we got to bring Bama running back running game back to where it's supposed to be. If we have that same intense competition at running back that we have at quarterback, I'm telling you, one better. I mean, the whole team, every position for real. I want everybody to want to be that one that's on the field when that play happens. You know, and
Right.
whatever that takes to pull that out of you, I need that up at you. I need
And,
the coaches to go in there and get that at you
But you
and
know
and
what?
put them in a position. And when I
Mhm.
say put them in a position to be successful, not running the ball 16 times. That's not helping neither one of them. I need you to run the ball over 22 times per game. Over. And
Thank you.
I don't care how you spread it out. But 16 attempts in 4 quarters is not gonna get it. We're
Yeah.
not playing it this season.
You said
We're
it
But you
right.
not
know what,
playing
though,
it.
Lady Latoya? But let me say this right here, and I hear you, but I want to address Anthony right here. We always say we always blame the running back for missing his blocking assignments in the
Hold up.
pass game. How much is that on him, and how much is that on him making up for missed assignments in front of him?
Hold
Here's
up.
the question. I mean, here's the thing. We sat here and we said there has to be a relationship between the O line and the running backs. We've also
Bro,
said we've also said that everybody has to know their assignment in pass pro. Everybody has to know it. Everybody has to also be able to pick up. They got to be able to recognize the blitz. We've been hollering this for the last 2 years that it takes more than just the quarterback to recognize the blitz. The running back has to recognize it. The wide receivers have to recognize it. Not just the quarterback. Everybody have to recognize it, get in that position, and function in that position. Now, to answer your question, if the O line ain't recognizing it, and the running backs ain't recognizing it, and the only person that's recognizing it is the quarterback, what's gonna happen?
Clock
Quarterback gonna be
speeds up.
running for his life.
Right. The clock speeds up, and now all of a sudden he's running instead of going through his progression.
And he can never get through his progressions. Now, a couple of them saying, AK, he wasn't given opportunities. How do you know? I'm going back to something that I said. We only see what happens on Saturday. We don't know what happens in that locker room from Sunday to the next Friday. As fans, all we see is what happens on Saturday. We don't know if he's given the opportunity or not in a practice. And what if he's given an opportunity but has never mastered it?
Hold on. Can I chime in, please?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Please. First of all, don't say all of us. P. Do not say all of us when it comes to that room. There's only one person that I've always put on the hot seat when it came to that position.
Mhm.
That's the coach.
Oh yeah.
I've said it for 2 years. I've said
Say it
that
again.
2 years. I'm putting Robert Gillespie on the hot seat because you can't tell me that all 5 of our running backs never know
Can't
that
run
pass block.
and pass block.
They
But governor, you see you leaving out stuff. They can't run either.
they can't run either. So is it the player or is it
Is it the coach?
and
I'm just more or less summing it up from what Anthony asked
yeah,
about blowing assignments from just the play itself. Now, when we get down to technicality, what governor said, governor has been saying it for 2 years. Where's Gillespie?
great recruiter. People say he's a great coach. Okay, cool. Why are we not seeing it on the field? Blown us all 5 of our running backs. Every running back that's in there can't pass block. That's not the player. That's coaching. That's coaching. Because okay, you take one guy out, he can't do it. You put the other guy in, he can't do it. You put the other guy out, he can't do it. You put the other guy out, he can't. Oh, that's coaching now. This is your 4th string running back. He don't know the plays either. That's coaching. I don't know what else to say. That's coaching, bro.
I agree. Can I
I
go a step
that's
further?
a coaching problem. Anthony, right here, Bishop, right here, Anthony, what the
Yeah.
scenario you're using, if and it's going back to what Ken said about 2 or 3 backs, this, that, and the third. That comes from coaching too.
That's all.
So that's all coaching right there. If I'm going to
Okay.
use a scenario, if both the running back and the quarterback are recognizing the blitz, but the tackle on the tight end don't, whose fault if the running back misses the block?
Coaching.
Coaching.
Can I go a step further?
Go ahead, Bishop.
Okay. We're in live action. These are live bullets. Is there going to be a time or two that even if we have the perfect play, if said player is got a better form technique and recognizes, does his film study and recognize it, they're not going to always block it up perfectly.
No.
So you need to have backup. You got to have the running back be able to seal long enough for your quarterback to step up into the pocket.
Bishop, may I ask this question then? I'm going to ask a question with a question.
Go
Layla
ahead.
Latoya, you were sitting there. Double A, you were sitting there. Ken, the Bama fan, you were sitting there. Whose fault is it when you second and goal and you put your quarterback in the slot and you got Daniel Hill back there on a direct snap and the defense blows it up? Now, we understand that it was a day, but what if that was a regular season game?
Coaching.
Now, I'm not going to ask about recognizing a blitz. I'm going to ask what happens when your quarterback gets hurt.
Coaching.
That's all I'm saying.
It
And
all,
then there needs to be a fight that breaks out on the sideline between the head coach and the offensive coordinator or whoever called that play.
but that's not gonna happen because your offensive coordinator's in the damn booth.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's in the booth. So who he yelling at?
Well, somebody
Uh-oh.
needs to be up there and knock somebody in the head.
He's not gonna do that.
Because I'm telling you, Ken the Bama fan, you saw that too, bro. You saw it. We all saw it. We saw it. I'm just saying.
I just hope we don't have too many of those bonehead plays this season.
I hope not either. And Governor, Bishop, Layla Latoya, the reason I'm not really saying much, because that's the part that's worrying me. Bonehead plays.
And 2, if you've got practices, how do we know that the coach is not having favoritism in practice?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's what I was about to bring up. Here's where you can't get as coaches. Now, understand, I'm an old coach, and we sometimes are at fault as well. We get enamored with certain players and what they're able to bring to the table, and not knowing if said player goes down, have I done enough to prepare the next ones to step up?
I don't think our coaches know who can do. I don't think our coaches really know what players are good at and what players are bad at.
I'm just saying this year, I think it's got to be something different. But I just wanted to bring that projected depth chart up just
Appreciate
to show what's what of what, you know. Now, like I said, today's May the 5th. Long way, like Lady Latoya said, long way between now and what Bishop said, summer and fall camp. You're still a ways off. But I want to know who's honing their skills, who's trying to get better. How will that quarterback room look? Who will run away with the competition? And not just at quarterback, running back, wide. Who's going, like Governor said, who's going to tote me off the field? You're going to tote me out of here to get me out of here.
All right, Pete, let me ask a question before we get on out of here. In chat, I want you to answer. Knowing what you've known, and we're saying goodbye to 25, and we're saying hello to 26. In order to not, let's say you go 10-2, 11-1, and you're in the playoffs. Knowing what you knew from this past year, what do you have to exemplify to make sure you win the Natty?
That's for the chat, right?
Mm-hmm. Start with the chat, and then I'll come back to y'all, because I want them to have first, because we understand we want you guys to have your moment. But understand, when you do, we're going to add our pieces to it, because understand, this is where you start understanding there's a lot more than what we can see or even evaluate. Each and every day, they got to be getting 1% better. They got to get, they got to find ways to incrementally improve. One thing I would challenge the coaches is that put a period in where I know when I was coaching, I call it the 10-yard fight. And I give them the scenario. You could either only pass or you could either run. And you got 4 downs to score on the 10-yard line.
Repeat. Ken wants you to repeat the question, Bishop.
Sure. Say now, okay. Understand, we saw what transpired in the playoffs this last year for Alabama. Now knowing what transpired and understanding why it's the key components that we evaluated, and we learned that what propelled a certain team to a national title. Knowing that you are 11-1, what are the criteria do you hold your team accountable to make sure they go win a national title?
That's a good question. So hypothetically, just for instance, we're 10-2, 11-1, 10-2.
There you go.
And what's the criteria for finishing the job on a positive note?
No, and understanding you have the blueprint from the previous year of when you get into the playoffs, you now know that those 12 games, every other team is building a portfolio of what you do and don't do. Now answer the question.
Number one, like you said, had you 33 or 40 people. Because around that time, injuries are definitely going to be occurred. So you don't want to limp into the playoffs like we did last year. We went in there with one leg, one arm, and one leg tied behind our back. So And that's the first thing. You want to have enough people ready. Second
Okay.
thing is accountability from the coaches to the players. We know where we trying to go, and we know how far we went last year and didn't get there. So, what do we need to do this season? Be accountable, play hard, and be self motivated. Don't let the coach have to tell you to get out there on the jug machine. Don't let the coach have to tell you to get in the film room for an extra 20 minutes. Be self motivated. You got to want it. I can want it all I want for you, but you got to want it yourself. And what's in you, they're going to make you go out and get it. That's what I'm looking for in each player. What is your why? What's gonna make you get out here and give me all you got?
Say,
Whether
say
you a
that again.
starter or not.
Hold up. Do not rush. You said the key component. What is your what?
Why? And
You
what is it
should
gonna
have
take me as a coach to get it out of you and make you stick to it? You see what I'm saying?
facts.
It's all we all gotta be on one accord from coaches to the players. It can't just be the coach can want it for you bad. But what are you doing to get it? You know? So we gotta all want it. The coach gotta know how to get it out you, and you need to know how to get it out yourself. Be a self starter, be self motivated.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna let Governor go next.
Huh. Okay. I understand what Toya just said. That makes a lot of sense. What is your why? First of all, before I get to my why, do I trust my coaches? Do I trust that they actually believe that I can actually do the job? Because I could do all the jug machines all in the world. I could do all the extra drills. I could watch all the film that I've showing myself that I can do this, showing my teammates that I could be a leader, showing my coaches that I could be uh, reliable. But if I don't trust the coach and the coach don't trust me, it ain't gonna work.
Hmm.
So I would say the first thing is trusting. Forget the loyalty, because loyalty, when we hear the word loyalty, we think of seasonal players or yearly players. Do I trust the coach? Can he coach me up to where I need to be? Can he develop me? Can he put our team in the right positions and play and call the right calls? Do I like my coach? Am I only here just to get a degree now? Because a lot of things that your coaches can do could be a positive thing, a negative thing. I would say that would be the main issue. After we establish that, then we can move forward. But I need to know the mindset of these players. Do they trust their coaches?
Bishop,
Okay. Go, Pete.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna hitchhike with both Governor and Layla Latoya about that why part. Know your why. But when it comes down to my why, Governor, can I trust my coaches with my why?
That too. Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was looking for. Go ahead.
Can I trust my coaches with my why? Why do I do the things that I do? Why? 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 You know, what's my reasoning? Why? One of the things that Coach Carl said to me when I started working with Rep One, he said, when you start interviewing players, first question you ask them, why are you doing this? And you ask them and you listen for their answer. And there are some answers that you listen for. If they're giving you a particular answer that don't fit what's going on in the criteria, they won't make they're not gonna make it. They won't last long because their why is not where it needs to be. And so if I can't trust a coach
Uh-huh.
telling him, coach, my why is I've got a mom that's done supported me when all my chips were down.
Mm.
And I got a mom that or a dad that's done supported me. And I want to show them that I'm going to this next level, and I want to show them my appreciation is to show them that because they stuck by me, I'm finna go out here and tear something up just to show them. Because your why got to be something of your heart. Your why got to be something that's darn near close to you, that has meaning, that helps build character and everything. But when a coach, now I got to go back to governor now, but when a coach can't be trusted with my why, or a coach makes light of my why, then it goes into another area there, governor. We got a coaching problem.
Now,
That's how I answer that.
okay.
My why,
Right.
and you can't respect it. Why would I want to play for you?
Right. Now, with that said, now coaches, you have heard your fan base. Now you're on the clock. You're accountable. What's your why back to them? And can they trust you with your why? Because it's a two-way street, and you can't play fundamental favorites, and you got to play the best player. And if that said player is a sophomore, then play the sophomore. And that redshirt junior needs to be nipping at his heels and pushing until he breaks through. And then you got multiple people that are ready for their moment. But the fact of the matter is, players can tell when you're playing favorites. And you got to be honest. In order to build a phone booth mentality, you got to tell the truth. Even if it's going to hurt some said players that you were counting on, or they have the experience to be counted on. But they didn't earn it on the field. If they didn't earn it, not yet earn it, then do what's right according to the why that they are counting on you to keep dear to your heart.
That's it. Or you trying to force your why onto these players?
Yeah, your why.
Either which way, if you're forcing, then you already know the end result. And that I don't know about y'all, but after this past year, I'm hungry. I'm starved.
Mm-hmm.
That playoff game wasn't enough. What I felt after that game, it should be eating at us and eating at us and eating at us to where I'm just gonna go a little bit harder today. I can't afford not to be in this mix, because my why is, without a shadow of a doubt, I know the potential that resides in us. And if we don't buy into the why, nobody else will.
So with that
Collectively.
So with that being said, we getting ready to get out of here. We got a second show at 4:00.
Yeah.
And so, Governor, I'm gonna start with you with parting words, and go from you to Bishop, then to Lady Latoya.
Gotcha.
Once again, I woke up this morning, so that's a blessing in itself. This was a awesome conversation. I loved it. It's just a lot of things that we're just talking about, and we're getting off our chest. It's an open discussion. It's nothing guaranteed, nothing definitive or permanent. We're just having a discussion that's needed. It might have answered some questions. It might open them eyes for certain people, but we have a big obstacle that we got to overcome. There's too many. There's a lot of variables and a lot of things in our way that we don't know yet, and we're hopefully we all get it solved before the season starts, or it might take during the season. You know, um, loyalty has to be out the window. Fandom has to be out the window. We have to like really take hold on what we see right now, and because what we have now is what's going to go further into the future. And if it's a negative thing, then we have to, if we have to clean the whole slate, then we just gonna have to do that. But we'll wait and see. I'm glad everybody was in here. I'm gonna try to catch the second show. I'll be at work, of course, but y'all just be safe, and I'll talk to y'all soon, man.
All right. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Governor. Bishop.
We started off today. I want to remind you, we could do all things through Christ that strengthen. That's fire test. I think right now you're starting to get that fire tests are a good thing because it allows you to not take something in that should have been left alone a long time ago. Trust the process. Understand you're still in the building stage. He said, hey, today be ready to build. Know your why and teach your children and the generations their why so that we all have our whys. So it will be an interwoven blanket because with everybody having a why, no one will fall through the cracks. And you said instruments set before you to dominate the moment or the season. With that said, hey, remember to keep an audience of one. And you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that the mustard seed is still calling you to be the champion you were sent to be. Receive it and move forward. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Lady Latoya.
As always, young man, thank you for my open invitation to jump in whenever I get ready. To the Long Run family, Chat, Bishop, JB, I love each and every one of you for free, and I can do that because God first loved me. And we, like I said, we trending up. Coach the boy came here 2 years ago and won 9 games with what he had. He did the best he could with what he had. The next season, he won 11 games. He done tasted that playoff now. He done tasted it. Lotta Brooks was having a great freshman season. He's turned up when we got in the playoffs against Oklahoma. That was probably his best game of the season. So they done tasted it. They done tasted
Facts.
it. They was that close. So our fire test was last year. Our fire test was spring, summer, and fall camp this season. We coming out the gate swinging, booking, and roll down tide.
Roll Tide. Thank you. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Lady Latoya. Coming out the gate. That's why I made the statement. It's got to start at week one. That's my part in words. It's got to start from the word go. And the word go is right now. You don't wait until the summertime fall to start preparing for week one. You begin to get week one on your heart right now. And everything that you do is centered toward week one. And if you can win week one, that was your fire test for week one. That everything that you went through for the summer got you ready, even though, and I don't say this any slight, even though we say it's East Carolina. East Carolina is a valuable opponent, and they're good. And guess what? They're no different than what Governor says. They're going to come for us simply because it's who? Alabama. So with that being said, I just like to remind us fans of who we are, and we're that. And just because we're Alabama, that don't mean everybody going to roll over and play dead. That's not what you want anyway. What you want is for that. But let's see who can push back the hardest, and it should be Bama. So one game at the time, I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not projecting anything ahead. I'm just saying one game at the time. The summer is long, got a lot of stuff going on. We never know what happens then, but we just take it one day at a time, one game at a time, like I do with one show at a time. And so I'm glad we got this off. I got it off our chest, and we'll continue to talk about it. By the time game one come around, We've even got all of the crud out the way, and then we'll look forward to the season, and then we can talk about it, and then I'll be able to say, I think you've heard this before, and then I'm just gonna leave it at that. No gloating, no nothing. But I believe the Tide is going to be a lot better, but there's still a lot of unknown variables. I'm with you, Governor, on that. A lot of unknown variables. So these are just projections. Gumbo Chefs, each one of you, you have the May 5th projections. I send it to you via text, and we're gonna just hold that in your pipe somewhere. Then we'll come back later on, and with the new projections, hopefully we'll come back with the actual coach's depth chart, and then we'll take it from there. Please don't forget the Discord. The Discord is always open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no time that the Discord isn't open. Somebody will meet you there. And if you have the Long Run Discord, that's it right there, the Long Run Discord. Get on in there and let us know you're there. And like I said, it's gonna pop up that somebody's there. And I don't care if it's 2 or 22 or 122. We want to have wholesome dialogue like we do now. And we want to make sure that your voices are heard and you hear our voices as well. And it's there in the Discord. Everybody gets a chance to speak. Okay.
And if you go to Let's Talk, is where you can actually voice your opinion instead of doing all the texting.
And I'm going to tell you what, I have a feeling, Lady Latoya, Bishop, and Governor, that Let's Talk part is going to really escalate even the more as the season gets closer and as the season goes on. We'll be in there, and we have some more things planned. With that being said, that's our show for today. And don't forget to stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. And as Bishop has said, I've said it, others said it, you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. But just remember, you got to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge it. He'll direct your path. You will like your plan. You will love your purpose once he shows it to you. So keep trusting it. Remember, this kitchen is big enough for everybody to cook in. Everybody was cooking today, man. Everybody was cooking. And I hope everybody got something to eat. If you didn't eat, that's your fault. Can't say that it wasn't cooked. It was served up any kind of way you wanted it, but it was served with love, and it was served with passion and compassion. And so, with that being said, remember, Piano Man don't know everything. I just know what I'm talking about. Okay, and we got some new stuff. We got some more stuff coming up here real soon. Bishop, Governor, I still got to talk to y'all about something, and and Lady Latoya, well, I just need to talk to the Gumbo Chefs. I just have to tell y'all something, and we'll talk and everything. But with that being said, the kitchen is closed. The Discord is open. The Gumbo Chefs have left the building. Oh, on behalf of Stephen Hicks and the Voices of No Mercy and the No Mercy crew and all the other crews, with the exception of Alabama, we wish you nothing but the absolute worst. We'll see you at 4 o'clock and roll tide. Last one to the Discord, Rotten Egg. We holler at you later. Roll tide.